games, you know what it is. The boys on the net just talking that biz. MFFL gather all in the chat. Across the globe, we talking the Mavs. You know they can't play with the kid. Come to Texas, come and see how they live. Watch the replay, come and see what they did. It's tough when y'all come and see what it is. You got King, he's a poppin' prophet. Or he like Neo in the Matrix. You got Rail, the tech god. Or Math Mind, Ali X is greatest. Baltimore to Dallas. You know that the flights are not stopping. The triple double madness. That Luka out here dropping. The way stats, trades, deficit, and profit. They're gonna take our picks and they're gonna keep it honest. Numbers, development, that player progress. Down to the team, up to the front office. So get your seats, gather your comments. Keep it clean and stay on topic. WTM, speak your part. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a GloYard.
YouTube, GloYard Game, MFFLs, Twitch, podcast listeners all over the globe. Welcome to a brand spanking new episode of We Talk Mavs here on the Glow Mavs YouTube channel, guys. It's finally happened, y'all. It is your boys, Rail and King, for the season finale of the Dallas Mavericks season, guys. We are back with a brand spanking new one for your head top, man. Wasn't a great one today. Of course, you know, it was another L. Sat everybody out. I think they only had like, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 guys suited up today, so it really wasn't nothing to talk about. We're going to switch this up today, guys. We're not going to too much talk about the game. We're going to pretty much go straight to you guys today, man. We can give our game ball of the season. Kind of run that down for a little bit here, and then we're going to go straight to the GloYard, man. We're going to have a conversation today, man. I know a lot of y'all in here, y'all been talking probably since yesterday on this video, so we can get into that, man. Let's go ahead and get into it, King. Let me find it first, man. Here we go. Let's go ahead and get into the game ball, man. Season finale. Who are you giving the game ball to for the season, man?
For the entire season or the game?
For the entire season.
I'm going to give it to Luca. It's obviously Luka Doncic. I think he had like a career high in points, steals, field goal percentage, things like that. So it's Luka's year. Luka should have been, higher in the MVP conversation. We talked about that a bunch, but circumstances. So we'll see where that leads to. But yeah, Luka. Let's give him a game ball.
My game ball is going to Jason Kidd. Y'all know I'm lying. I ain't giving it to no Jason Kidd. I'm giving it to Luca, man. 32, 8, and 8 for the season. On efficient shooting. His efficiency got better. Like King said, we kind of wish it was on different circumstances. It was in the MVP conversation as usual. Nowhere in it this year. First time since his second year in the league where he's officially not in the conversation anymore. Just not a great year all around, y'all know, for this team. A lot of tanking, a lot of roster issues, a lot of front office issues, a lot of ownership issues, a lot of coaching issues. Just a lot of issues all the way around, man, and it affected this season. It took the joy out of the season, and it looked like it affected the camaraderie of the team. It looked like it affected the camaraderie of the organization as a whole as far as the front office and other things. But as Mav fans, as fans in general of any team, man, you try to hang in there with your franchise, no matter the wins or the losses, no matter the ups and the downs, no matter the good or the bad, But a lot of times franchises don't see that. A lot of times sports franchises do not see how much fans sacrifice as far as your energy, your money, your time into these organizations. They don't see that a lot. And I think that's probably the most frustrating thing as a fan of any team is the fact that they don't see that, and they kind of just take advantage of that. So, I know I brought this up on the last show. I'm not gonna be investing any type of money or anything like that into this team anymore until I feel like they're worth investing money into. Probably not gonna be rocking any more Mav stuff on the show until I feel like they're worth rocking Mav stuff for. I'm not doing it, man. You know, because you go through this stuff for so long, man, and you kind of look over it, you glance over it, you feel like, you know, hey, after a while they're gonna get it. But we always talk about the definition of insanity. When you keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, definitely the definition of insanity. So we're gonna continue to keep covering this team because I mean we signed on the dotted line. We here. You know, we had choices to cover other things, man, and we decided to cover this team because we were passionate about this team, man. And like I said, this year was not a great year. It was not fun. I kind of missed last year already. That was probably the best time I've had as a Mavs fan in a long time, probably since the 2011 year, for obvious reasons. It was not a great year at all, man. But you know, this is also gonna be some time for us to kind of just relax, man, and kind of get our mind off of basketball for a little bit. Probably take us about a 2 or 3 week hiatus, man, from the channel. Just kind of give everybody a heads up. Spend time with our wives, our children, our family. You know, just kind of give us time to kind of just get ourselves together. Because believe it or not, man, it's not as simple as just hopping in front of a camera and pressing play and then talking about basketball all day, man. It's definitely a grind. And we definitely gonna need some time, man. So there's that. But yeah, King, we're gonna go ahead and get into, man. We'll go ahead and get into your favorite part of the show, man. We're gonna get into these questions and these comments, man, because I see people already at it, man. So here we go, man. I don't think that there are any super chats in here. I didn't see any.
We're still good for Friday too, right? I want people to know.
Yeah. I'm sorry. So Fridays, y'all, we're gonna still be doing the Fridays and stuff, man. Cause we got special guests popping up on Fridays and stuff. As for the GloYard members, man, those are the people who support the channel in a different way. So we definitely gotta do that for them, man. But yeah, as far as like the regular shows and stuff, man, we're gonna probably take us a few weeks, man, to kind of like a 3-week break. I know my wife be excited about that. But yeah, there's none of them, King. I don't see any that came in. All right, man, we're going to take these questions and these comments, guys. Y'all know how this works, man. Hit us with that WTM in front of your question or your comment, man, so that way we know you guys are addressing us and not one of your fellow GloYard members, man.
Amen. Clicky Keys. Oh, also, happy holidays, everybody.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to say that.
Celebrating all that stuff. Just saying a happy holiday to everybody. Hopefully everybody enjoyed theirs. But Clicky Keys, what up? He says, what's up, Relin King? Hope Luca goes to the Nuggets. Mavs aren't going to help him win. Nah, he'll be good, Clicky. And plus, shout out to other, fans and guys that sit in the comments. But Luca definitely said he's looking for Kyrie to return. That he's looking to build chemistry with that guy, and that he thinks they definitely mesh and will work together. So.
And he also said, don't worry about him trying to go to another team. He's happy here. I'm surprised he said that, but
he said that as well. So as long as he's not a liar, that sounds good to me. So not worried about that. It's pressure on the front office right now. Pressure on Jason Kidd. It's pressure on the guys. Pressure on the owner, Mark Cuban as well. I'm glad. Every time I cut my TV on or turn to YouTube or whatever, I see something about the Dallas Mavericks. Like they're all over the place. And it's not good. So I haven't clicked on any of it. I told you at the last show, but yeah, I'm ready for the next season already, man. The offseason is gonna be big. I'm excited.
You know what, man? I'm kind of don't like the way I don't like the fact that Luca said that in his press conference because now I feel like that's gonna give Mark Cuban him a pass to kind of still take this as a slow process instead of trying to get things right the first time, man. How they did, just knowing that Dirk was gonna stay.
Mm-hmm.
There was no urgency in the way that they ran things in the franchise. That's why I kind of wish he kind of worded it a different way to where you're not saying you're going to leave, but you're also not saying you're going to stay like he did before. You know what I'm saying? So that way it puts pressure on the front office to do the right thing, man, instead of just like, we're just going to re-sign Justin Holiday and we're good.
I feel like it was more for the fans, though.
I know why you said it. I understand that, but it's kind of.
Let's see the Kyrie thing, bro. I think that's what him saying what he just said. So that's what I'm saying. It's a double part. Mm-hmm. He said the Kyrie situation. So the Mavericks have to sign Kyrie Irving now. You feel me? Like he basically put it out there and he said it that he wants this guy back and he wants to do it. So the Mavericks have to sign Kyrie. So I don't think they still have pressure. They still have heat, or I guess their faces to the fire. I don't think it alleviates any of that. And I think even more will come from it. Like, I think this is just the first step of him telling to the organization. And I'll put out there that you know, I'm staying and I'm loyal and all that, but I still want to win. Like I like the press conference. I thought it was pretty good in general. But I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon. Like I said, if we have,
I believe him.
Yeah, I believe him too. I think, like I said, we have up until a year before his contract's over. That's when I really
can opt back in or whatever.
Yeah, I'll really be worried. I think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna be the type of like Anthony Davis to like not do his contract. I think he'll finish his contract out. Like I said, if he leaves, he'll leave as a free agent. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I believe that too.
Clicky also says, how do you have 2 Hall of Famers and don't finish top 20 in the NBA? Yeah, I know, Clicky.
I asked that already, man.
But it's the darkest before the dawn. I keep telling y'all that. Next year got to be something different. It has to be. Clicky Key says, all these coaches getting fired, but I want kid name to pop up next. Then I'll be satisfied. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening.
He gets another year.
Which is crazy because kid pretty much snitched on his boss in the post game press conference, man. And I'm just like, so y'all gonna let that slide or whatever? And like John, shout out to Johnny B. He tweeted it earlier. He's like, man, and this is who y'all want running, running the ship for your team or whatever. So
my man Jason Kidd said, I'm not taking nobody's bullets. He said that didn't come from me. I didn't want to do that. But with this investigation going on now that you opened that up, bro, is anybody afraid that we might lose the pick and then still have to give a pick?
Yeah, that's a possibility, man. It's a possibility.
Okay. That would be horrible for those.
That's why I was saying what I said, because if we lose that pick, Mark Cuban gonna be PO'd too, man.
Mark Cuban need to be PO'd at himself, though.
Oh no, I definitely ain't saying he don't need to be
PO'd
PO'd
at himself. I know you PO'd at kid, but he should be PO'd at himself.
Yeah.
They had the whole broadcast and all talking about them 2 games at Charlotte ended our season and all that. Yeah, it did, but like you're not gonna say anything else about the side in the tank guys on TV, like.
Nah, did you see all those numbers, bro? They came out. Like under 5 minutes, games against the East, games against under 500 teams. They showed a bunch of stats and stuff, bro. And I was just sitting there shaking my head, like, bro, ain't no man. And every time that I saw all those numbers, man, I started thinking to myself, bro, when we had Dirk, none of those numbers were that low.
Bro, we sucked at all the free bingo space stuff.
Yes, bro.
All the free bingo.
Oh, and did you hear what Derek Harper and them said during the game?
About what? Which part?
What's the one thing that me and you been saying? Oh, yes, right. Remember, what's the one thing that me and you been saying as far as like, matter of fact, brought this up again when you said Memphis. Oh, how Memphis winning every year in the division. And what did I tell you? I said Memphis ain't losing to the G League at night.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? And they said that on the broadcast. They said those teams right there. That's how you position yourself in the playoffs. And I said that. And like that's common sense. What did we say before about Dirk? Dirk wasn't losing to the East. He damn sure wasn't losing to those under 500 teams. That's rare. It's very rare. Unless Dirk was completely hurt or wasn't playing or whatever, bro. Like that was a free bingo space to Dirk. That's how you was able to win those 50 games every year and winning damn near 60 games every year.
That's
because you was beating those teams.
That's easy 20 and 10 from Dirk, real quick.
That's what we've been saying that about Luca this whole time. It's like, bro, that's like I know he like don't feel motivated. Like, yeah, we playing the Bobcats, bro. You like you said, that's the games that LeBron was dropping 60 on them dudes. Go out there and drop 60 on them. Yep. Like, what are we doing? That's when you get your stats up. That's when you get those free wins against those teams. And that Dallas did not take advantage of that, which is why we only won 37 or 38 games this year.
But that's why I talked to you about the patterns as well, bro, and the habits and all. It's been a habit since Luka's been here.
Since he's been here.
And this isn't a shot at Luka. I'm just saying I've seen something the team was doing since Luka has been here, and it bit us in the butt.
Because we kept saying, like, I kept thinking to myself, like, he'll eventually figure it out. Like, yo, these are the free bingo spaces, bro. You take advantage of these to up yourself in the standings. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like, you got even worse this year. You got swept by Charlotte. You got swept by Orlando. You know what I'm saying? You damn near losing to Houston or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, come on, bro.
Remember we talked about free throws and the habits of free throws before?
That was on there too.
It was biting us in the butt until we got Kyrie. When we got Kyrie, we started going up.
I forgot I think we were 30th in free throws.
That's what I'm saying. Until we got better at the end of the season with Kyrie and all, because Kyrie was so good at shooting free throws. So
I could be wrong about that, no, but yeah, they showed that too. I was just like,
it's just a bunch of things, the free bingo spaces, bro. We lost every free bingo space that's maybe that's a common for last year, so, man. Like we making fun of.
I guess. That's why he said it all this year.
Clicky says, say we trade our pick to the Knicks for R.J. Barrett, Obi Toppin, and Hartenstein. I would love to have quickly, but we got Hardy, and I can see Hardy becoming like him. If we trade our pick for that, then I'm pretty mad, Clicky. Like
yeah, I'm good on that one, Clicky.
We could have just gave it to New York if that's the case.
I'm about to say that those three guys that New York trying to move right now.
Yeah, like they basically giving up on R.J. Barrett. Jalen Brunson has shown that he's basically they don't believe in what's the name again, Julius Randle. Mm-hmm. They were trying to get rid of him or give up on him. Clicky says if we keep our pick and draft Brandon Miller, I wouldn't be mad. Him and Wemby will both be impactful players. You know what? I think Scoot will work on this team too, though. But I'm not saying draft him. Obviously, I'm saying
I don't want to draft anybody. You already know
Scoot
my opinion.
would work, I think, beside a Luka Doncic since we have Luka. Frank, GloYard gang member, says, call me optimistic, but other than kid and Cuban shenanigans, I think Luka understands that it's hard building a team. In his comments, he's a competitor. Would you expect to wave white flag? He says, I think it's this one. Since Wood and others are gone, how much? Oh, no. Would you expect to wave the white flag? I think Kai stays. No issue with him walking out from media, because why would he if he's constantly targeted and scrutinized by media? I do the same if they constantly attack me and blame me for everything. And he says, since Wood and others are gone, how much money would Mavs be working with? That's for signing Kyrie. Not a lot, Frank.
Yeah, not a lot. I think like 20 million or something, 25 million. One of them, forgot what it was.
Yeah. We're going back. We're going to be back in the tax again next year.
Yeah, that's if you don't sign Kyrie.
Yeah.
Now, to answer your question or to piggyback off your comment there, Frank, like I said, I think I said this a few shows ago. I said, man, you know, we always, when he was over in Brooklyn, we was sitting there like, man, why he being difficult with the media and this and that and this? And then we get here, and now I see why he's being difficult with the media. Because how many times have we seen guys on ESPN or whoever else, you could be YouTube videos of people who do YouTube content on NBA teams or whatever, sit there and say, oh, everything that's happening is Kyrie's fault. We got fan 1, 2, 3 in here talking about it's Kyrie's fault. So then I'm looking at that, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I don't blame him for not wanting to talk to nobody. Because it's like, this dude could be sitting up here in the corner quiet by himself. Oh, it's your fault. You should have been quiet. I can't do anything right. So you know what? Let me just not say nothing to y'all, which I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
I don't think he would have talked to him either way. I didn't think he was going to, because he already told folks he didn't want to discuss his future yet. And
I don't blame him, bro.
Yeah, I don't blame him either, but I just knew they were going to. You knew if he would have been Kyrie, would have been up there today talking.
You already
just kept asking him about his future in Dallas. They kept saying it. So he basically said, no, I don't want to give you the ability to ask me a question. I asked you not to ask me. So I had no problem with doing that. We all know he's a free agent. It's all time for him to go make his moves and all. Why even sit there and BS us? Like, I actually appreciate that more. You feel me? Like, I'm fine with that. Go ahead.
He's in his right to take his time and decide. It's his future.
Of all the stuff is crazy. All the stuff I'm worried about as much. Like right now, at this point, after the season, I'm not worried about Kyrie as much.
I'm not either.
I think Kyrie gonna stay.
I actually do too.
I think he's gonna be here next year. I think
I'm way more worried about how they gonna build
the team around them. Yep, the rest of the guys.
That's the only thing I'm worried about.
Shout out to your boy Udonis Haslam finally ending his career, giving 24 points. But I only say that because it was the end of his time, his tenure. He got a game where he was showcased, got his 24 points and all, like your boy Theo Pinson. That's why I wanted to give him the game ball. Hopefully this is his last game as a Dallas Maverick. Shout out to his big triple-double. You feel me? Even though he lost by 20, his numbers were huge, were ridiculous. Theo Pinson's today. Shout out, hopefully this is his last game. Hopefully the Mavericks realize you don't pay a guy to be a cheerleader.
You said Matisse Cleaves?
I said Boban Marjanovic.
Oh, my bad. I didn't hear you. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, okay. But yeah, hopefully at the end of the year we sitting here talking about guys we don't have in talent and all, but we got guys signed as cheerleaders.
Bro, speaking of talent, I would not mind bringing back AJ Lawson.
Yeah, I like AJ Lawson.
Why didn't they work on developing him?
Why didn't they work on playing a whole bunch of young guys?
That dude,
bro, he better than
I like him, man.
He better than
like, I mean, I already liked him, but like when I saw today, I'm like,
he better than a whole bunch of guys.
Yeah, like the dude athletic, he one of them young wings you can. I feel like he got some hardy type of trajectory to his game, bro. Like
he might be the in between.
Build that dude up.
He might be the in between Hardy, Josh Green guy.
Yeah.
You feel me, like a little in between the both of them and all that. And
Athletic, young. I'm like,
shout out to
man.
you, Johnny B. But no, I don't think AJ Lawson more athletic than Josh. Josh Green. I think he's just taller than Josh right now. But I don't think.
How tall is he, man?
What are you like 6'6", 6'7", something like that?
Also, okay, so he a guard.
I believe he's taller than him. I think he's that tall, but I think he's just taller than him. Like I don't think even that putback dunk he got the other day, he just skipped it over the rim. Not saying he's not athletic, but like Josh Green, we talking about speed. So I think Josh Green one of the fastest guys in there with the ball.
Man, he had a nasty putback today, man. I was like, Jesus.
That's what I'm saying.
When I seen him put that ball back today, I'm like, bro, why we ain't try to develop this guy?
Why you asking? Who you asking? You're asking the wrong guy, bro.
Well, I mean, I'm not getting no straight answer from them, so I gotta ask somebody.
Why are we playing Theo Pinson at the center and things like that? Why are we doing that? Why are we playing Frank Ntilikina instead of AJ Lawson?
Because he got a podcast.
Got you. Oh, shout out to your boy Bertans too, making some incredible threes.
Oh yeah, he made some nice threes today.
Hopefully that raises stock.
That's what I was hoping too. That's what you want to go back to San Antonio?
That's up.
Pop, you see this, right?
Hey,
you missing that?
Nancy says Luka kind of called out the reporter for the story about him asking to be traded. Yep. He laughed and
Tim
said,
McMahon,
"I wasn't
by the way.
aware."
That's who asked the question, and he knew who asked it. That's why he said what he said. Well, go ahead.
I don't know if Luka really liked Tim McMahon. It was another time where he said, "I know you were gonna ask me that." And if Tim was asking him something, he was looking at him saying, "I know you asked me." It was a while ago though, and
Tim McMahon kind of. You heard me say it before. He can kind of rub people the wrong way.
Yeah, I think he's rubbing Luka the wrong way. Like he's trying to.
It's like his whole stick is like I don't care. I'm just gonna say what I want to say. Type.
He's kind of a-hole a little bit. He talks like a fan, knowing that he's not a fan sometimes. And it's like you can't do that. You're around guys and you want stories and all. Like you can't just treat them like. But I'll read the rest. She said He said I didn't say that. I'm happy here. Yes, Nancy. Yes, he did say all that. And Tim McMahon, shout out to him. We'll see though in the future. Maybe Tim McMahon is right. Tim Bontemps was right. Sorry, Tim Bontemps. Sorry, Mark Spears. Let me get on my sorries out. I apologize to you. I apologize to Tim Bontemps. You guys were correct. I can't believe it, but it is what it is. Nancy also says, then it sounded like they were trying to explain how they came up with that. Luka just kind of laughed. They also asked him if he wanted Kai back and what he thought about playing with him staying. Yes. Oh, that's her click cage, but yes, she did say that. And I talked about it earlier, Nancy, as far as him wanting Kai back. Matthew says, any thoughts on the seasons and what do you guys expect in off-season predictions? I don't want to give a prediction.
Yeah, I can't give a prediction, Matthew.
I got to see the draft pick first, Matthew. Like, we're going to talk about all this after the lottery.
Yeah, exactly. Predictions is more on TGK's level, man. We are a reactionary channel, man. We see it and we react to it. So I'm not really great with predictions. Because I don't know what we're gonna be working with and all that stuff yet. So I can tell you what I want, but I can't tell you what I can't predict what they're gonna do. They'll never do what you think they're gonna do.
Yeah, I don't know Dallas's logic. So
exactly.
I can't predict it based.
They're very hard to read. So
yeah. Let's see. Matthew says also a pretty disappointing season, and I wish things went better. Nico and Mark have to really review things and talk with Luca to make the team better. Luka should be involved in off-season moves. Yeah, hopefully involved in off-season work too. Matthew also says, and I'm pretty pissed off that they wouldn't let Luka play the last 2 games. If he wants to play, let him play. He's your franchise player. You know what? You don't tell a guy you can't play. It's his job. I mean, I guess you can tell him you're the boss. You're paying him to do his job. I wouldn't do that. But he also says people pay money to go to the games and might as well give they want. It's just a shame that an organization would do that and now being investigated. Just crazy season. Yes, Matthew, 100% agree with that. The last 3 games or whatever were in Dallas. That's the part that sucks. Mark Cuban basically told the team and told the fans and all, F you again.
He tends to do that every year.
Yep. Nancy also says it would be nice to see some accountability on Jason Kidd, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Nope.
Also, I want to touch on the team as well while I'm doing this. Before So remember, everybody was talking about why Luka had to put up 60 to beat these teams and all that. So I want to go back on the team and help, I guess, just get off of Kyrie a little bit more.
Right.
60 points and all to beat the Houston Rockets. Was it
the Knicks.
New York or whatever? 50 something to beat the Houston Rockets and things like that.
Something to beat like San Antonio. Yep.
And then now at the end of the year, we all can agree that Luka was banged up and all, and that he was moving a little different, and he came back and he was out of it a little bit. Mm-hmm. So if we still had Spencer Dinwiddie and Dorian Finney-Smith, would have been a difference. He had to put up 60, like we just said, in 50 to win with Spencer and Dodo, right?
Yep.
So if he's banged up and can't play, because Spencer and Dodo didn't win a game without him, first and foremost, not one without him.
You said 0-7? That what you said?
They were 0-7 without him. So if he was banged up and wasn't 100% Luka at that point, playing with them, then what difference would it have made? But you know, some people just watch games and say,
No, I mean they remember we was the number one seed in the whole entire NBA when we had those guys.
Number one offense, number one defense. Mm-hmm. Matthew says always MFFL. Just need some leadership and accountability from the players and the coaches. Need to re-sign Kyrie, make great moves, a big and defensive players. Get rid of Powell Kid.
Matthew, can you take out players, just leave coaches in there when it comes to accountability and leadership?
I mean, I've been shot at Luka a little bit.
Probably.
Clicky says, crazy thing is Udonis Haslem at 42 years old plays better than Dwight Powell. He did today.
I would definitely take him over Dwight Powell.
He did today, man. He was out there making threes, too.
Matthew, what now? He's making what?
He's making threes. But, bro, he had made only like 5 in his whole career and made like 2 or 3 today.
Interesting. That's more than Dwight Powell.
Yeah. All season. Matthew says Luka only playing one quarter is crazy. He only played because of Slovenia night, but might as well play the whole game. The Mavs make it too obvious to tank, and other teams know how to tank properly. Yeah, that's pretty horrible when you have a night for the people and play your guy one quarter, and then he still is like the best show in the.
But the thing is, though, Matthew, it's not that they know how to tank properly. You know what they do that's different from us? Keep their damn mouth shut.
Yep.
They don't advertise it and look stupid on national TV. That's why they know how to tank properly. Your coach and GM and all them want to run their mouth about the tanking process 2 games after at the end of the season.
I mean, but
you're gonna sit the guys, just sit the guys. Make an excuse up. Don't sit there and say, "Well, we're just sitting these guys like we trying to do this and that." Like, bro, what the hell are you talking about?
We also not gonna pretend like the Mavericks didn't decide they were going to tank until 2 games left too.
No, yeah, that too. But the thing is, like, that's why you said and saying them tanking properly is because we the only dummies that come out here and advertise it and wonder why we out here getting investigated.
Yep.
Stupid, man.
Mark Cuban be entitled. I guess he think as people get away with stuff around the league that he can just openly do it. It's like, bro, that ain't how stuff work. Matthew says,
be that dumb, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. I guess you can be it just because you got more money.
You know
than
what?
Me,
and it keeps happening over and 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 over again. You're right. I'm sorry.
Just because you make more money than me don't mean you're smarter than me. Matthew says, man, I can't stand this team sometimes. Just getting all my thoughts out tonight. Full blast, baby. Yeah, man. Don't worry about it. I can't stand them right now either.
Yeah, nobody can. Yeah, you see the Knicks fans in here can't even stand them. They gotta get their pick.
Sporting Game says ESPN just hate Cuban. I mean, what is our mistake on against Bulls lineup? Hey, man, I don't think they just hate Cuban. I think everybody hate Cuban right now. Sporting Game. I don't think Cuban has a bunch of fans at all.
The mistake, Sporting Game, is you deciding the last 2 games of the season to tank. Yeah. If you're gonna make that decision, why didn't they just do that a week ago when you got drugged by Charlotte twice?
Yep.
That's the mistake.
Yep.
Then for you to go out here and advertise it, like we said. If that's the case, then why did you play him against Sacramento? That makes no sense. That's why Mark Cuban is getting drugged like a vacuum cleaner right now. He deserves it. I mean, but this year and every other year, he was an idiot. So, but yeah, go ahead.
Bro, even if they did decide to tank after the Charlotte games, did they win any other game other than the Sacramento?
No.
Oh man, this team is trash. Matthew says, like King has always said, but I hate tanking. Always play to win, and if you're healthy, you got to play. Give the fans entertainment to compete for something. Don't cheat the game and just play. Yep, I don't like cheating the game, Matt. It don't usually work out in your favor. And when we sitting here and it probably doesn't work out in the Mavs' favor, if something happens or whatever like that, it's going only because they cheated the game. Same way what happened that time. I told y'all, it was last year when Luka was going for 50 in like back-to-back games or whatever, around. He like tried to press it against the Pelicans or something, and he only ended with 49 or something like that. Yeah,
that
he couldn't get that 1 point over because he played the game and all. He tried to stay out there and stat pad or whatever. At that point, I was like, nah, it doesn't work the way you said it worked. Gina Kim says, howdy, guys. What up, Gina Kim?
Hey, Gina.
I just want to say I'm so happy this roller coaster has come to an end. Me as well. Many ups and downs, but no more fear and excitement. Time to move forward and see what the future brings us. Yeah. And we will not. I'm going to stand up here and I guess start this proper protest, or what's what I'm looking for. What you do when you sign a bunch of names, bro? What is it called? Go around and get a petition. There we go. Golly. Start this petition of I'm not walking into the season next year with mediocrity and going to accept it and say I'm ready for this team to go do something for real. If this team doesn't make moves and you don't go into it thinking you got a defender or a rebounder, rim protector, all that type of stuff, then I'm calling out Mark Cuban again before the season starts. Like, I'm not going into it with a Dwight Powell saying, well, we can go into it with a smaller lineup and just make it happen. Nope. I don't want it. We're not going to do what we did again this year, bro.
Dwight Powell going to be your start center, bro.
Yep.
Crazy.
We're not going to sit back and say, well, we got Frank Ntilikina. Matthew says, don't care about some top 10 pick. You still had a chance to get in the play-in. I hate when they just give up. Just a weak movie. It was very weak. And everybody talking about it, man. Don't worry about it. Just look on YouTube and all, man. It's very weak. And they put that on Luka Doncic with his legacy and all. That's what I hate. Gina Kim also says, I have high hopes that the Mavs will get serious and cut off these community service players and get some real dogs.
We gonna see, Gina.
Yeah. I mean,
we heard this same song and dance last year coming out of the Western Conference Finals, and all you ended up with was Christian Wood and JaVale McGee, a player that you cut his minutes back, and another player you didn't even play. So we'll see.
How many Mavs players next year, bro, will be signed just to be cheerleaders? That's what I want to know.
Ain't no time for that, man. If you really talking about trying to win, man, that's a roster spot you could have used for a big or something, man.
Could have had Dwight Howard over here. My bad. Mark E says, what up, Rel King? Ultimately can't be mad at the tank, especially since OKC won their game. Just didn't make sense how they did it. Y'all finally get a much-needed mental health break. Yeah. Thank you. Nah, they should have did it. The Cards may have felt differently. Like, you can't – they shouldn't have done that. You could have put pressure on OKC. It would have been a different pressure.
Yeah, you would have.
Be like, it's a different game. I don't.
Yeah.
What up, Phil Poster? Was that City Country Coffee Cherry Bull King? My voice is 6 draft. My bad. Amount GloYard gang member said I'll catch up with y'all tomorrow. I gotta be up soon. All right.
All right, then Amount. GloYard member.
G2 said, very good win for the Mavs. We have a pick now. Cuban will get fined again. And Luca said, no trade at the moment. Happy Easter, everyone. Happy holidays to you, G2. At O2 says, or AT, from the high of the Western Conference Finals to the low of not even making the playoffs. What a turnaround. This offseason will tell us a lot of how serious his front office is in winning. Yeah. Shout out to, I got to apologize to Charles Barkley as well. You got to apologize to, what's that TNT halftime thing? Because last year they said after we lost to Phoenix that we closer to a play-in or not making a playoff team, and I was like, "What the hell are they talking about?" It was like, they thought it was fool's gold, and I mean,
I'm gonna give Bontemps his credit. I don't know about that.
I'm giving them their credit because they were right. You may not like folks, bro, but you gotta.
No, it's not that I don't like them.
You gotta call it what it is. They were right.
I mean, in their case, clock is right. What's that clock saying?
It is 2 times a day. A broken clock is right. That may be true, but they still were right.
We also said we was going to lose the whole entire playoffs last year until we actually got up to the Warriors. Then he said that we was going to beat the Warriors, and then we ended up losing them.
We ended up losing them,
yeah.
But they were right on this one. All 3 of them said it though last year. Said it may be a fluke. Gina Kim said game.
So you still think it's a fluke?
I told you I don't think it's a fluke, but I'm gonna call it what it is. Even Bontemps, I don't think the Mavs should have been as bad as they were, but they were. You feel me? Maybe Bontemps and them knew about Jason Kidd. Like that could have been a whole conversation.
Yeah, a lot of people knew about Jason Kidd.
Gina Kim says game ball to Luca, Kyle, Hardy, Wood, and I'll add Green. They all had the great moments, and I'm very proud. Lane ball to Powell. I truly believe they will let him go if they really want to be serious. Yeah, that's like a major move we all looking for. Like,
we're going to see how serious they are, Gina. If he come back, then we know they're not serious.
Also, something that we all knew and all, but the Mavericks aren't expected to ask Christian Wood to come back.
Yeah, that's already been reported. We already knew that wouldn't happen.
Yeah, we knew that.
I called that first month of the season.
Yeah, so shout out to C Wood. Hopefully, C Wood finds a home and he kicks butt. Just try not to destroy the white power if you're on the team as much as you can. Alex says probably the most disappointing season in recent memory, considering the expectations. Hopefully, it's one step back and 2 steps forward. Get some wing help and a center, and we're good. Yeah, we're not too far off, like Alex. I'm not like, oh man, we need to rebuild and do all this. We're still close. AT also says package that top 10 pick for OG or Mikal Bridges.
Man, I don't see Brooklyn letting go of Mikal Bridges.
Yeah, but
that boy balling.
I don't know if I do a top 10 for OG. I think
y'all
overselling OG too much.
That's the thing. I don't know about the dude. He ain't touched the All-Star game or All NBA, nothing, bro.
We talking about giving up a higher draft pick possibly for him than we did for Kyrie Irving. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather take the top 10 pick and see if he'll become an OG guy. If that's the case. Daniel said, would you trade the top 10 pick for Pascal Siakam? There you go. That's a good question for you.
I'd rather do it for him than OG.
I would too, but I don't think that's enough, Daniel. I want a bunch. I want a haul for the pick.
Yeah, we need a turnover, man.
Yeah.
One player is not gonna do it. Like, y'all need to understand that we need a turnover, guys.
Yep.
We about to have 9 free agents this year. Well, 8 if you don't include Kyrie. We re-signed Kyrie back. Yeah. So we gonna need a turnover for this roster, man. And just Pascal is not gonna do it.
Yeah, I like Pascal, but I don't think he's enough. Gina Kim said, "Have you guys heard of the reports of the front office being concerned that Luca might leave next year?" And Luca addressing it in his exit interview. Yeah, we heard it.
We already addressed it.
So, Ro, you think if Boston don't win, you think we try to get a pick to Boston for Jaylen Brown?
I do it.
I do that too. We talking about, well, I think we can get more than just him, but we talking about one player though. Like, I do it for him
instead of OG. I do Jaylen Brown. Yeah,
I do Jaylen Brown. Then go out there and then try your hardest to get somebody on the low like a Nas Reed, like we keep saying, for like 10 mil. Mount, he says this season has been miserable. We tanking. Luka trade rumors. Kyrie can walk. Wood can walk. We over the cap. Kid is trash. Cuban is trash, and we still in fear. Powell coming back. Wow. What up, Atlanta? We see you.
What up, analysts?
Gina Kim also says, Luka, I saw the report. I don't know who. Somebody said that I was going to request a trade. It was funny because I didn't know that was true. I didn't say it. Yeah, we saw it, Gina.
Tim McMahon that reported it, by the way.
Yeah.
That's who Luka addressed to about it.
Wupo says, everyone hates on Powell, but please get Reggie Bullock off my team. He's not a power forward, and if you play him small forward, he just takes minutes from Josh Green.
You know what, Wupo? If you had a gun in my head and you said I had to choose between Powell and Reggie Bullock, Powell be the first one that got to go.
Yeah, Powell, I ain't even question. I wouldn't be scared. You ain't got to pull a gun out. You feel me? I'm like,
no, keep it in your pocket. I'll tell you, take Powell.
Dwight Powell.
Powell got to go. Because at least Reggie can shoot.
Reggie was good until the last 5 games of the season when we basically just decided to just say it was done.
Like, all Powell do was just community service. It's like he don't add nothing else to the team, man.
Yeah, Reggie was cooking. We going act like Reggie wasn't just cooking for
exactly.
A whole
Powell cooking
3-4 months almost or whatever. Like,
you never heard nobody say Powell was cooking.
Yeah, never.
Unless he cooking at home.
Except for them one games when they say he should start and all, we should keep him. When he gets that one game, whatever, he the greatest. And everybody tell us shut up. Jana Kim says, what if things don't improve? Luka, I'm happy here. There's nothing to worry about. Yeah. I'll take him for his word. Why not? He hasn't lied to us. Not yet. GT says, I wonder who our veteran presence will be next season. I mean, I don't want Goran Dragic now. They better not go for that now.
Yeah, you about 3 or 4 years too late on that one.
Waited too late on that when you should have got that first. But, bro, would you be surprised the Mavericks did it?
Nope. Listen,
what's
my motto? What is my motto? If it don't make sense, they're going to do it. If it makes sense, you know they're not going to do it.
It's like if it don't make sense,
it don't make sense to get Goran Dragic right now. What you say? You said it don't make sense.
Oh,
can you sign right here at the dotted line, Goran? Got your contract already printed up, man. You gonna start and everything.
Peanut says, who y'all think we should keep on the roster? Luka, Kyrie, Josh Green. Jaden Hardy.
Luca, Kyrie, Jaden Hardy, Josh Green, and that's it.
Yeah, that's about it.
Oh,
Anybody else?
and AJ Lawson. I like AJ Lawson.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know. We'll see. They both
we'll see
two ways, right? So I mean, I would grab him back next year. Why not?
I like AJ Lawson, man.
I like both of them.
I want them to groom him up.
I'd grab both of them back. Like I'd pick those two guys out two ways again.
Who?
It's AJ and what's his name? McKinley.
Oh yeah.
If
I can get a bigger point guard, I do it.
I mean, yeah, if you can get a bigger point guard, but I don't have a problem with McKinley right now, especially with the team. Like I like McKinley. I think the team just need to be set up right. I don't think it was a problem with McKinley right though. Especially on a two-way level. I'm saying like a two-way guy shouldn't be the one to save you. You feel me?
Like I said, I was not. I would take McKinley right over Frank Ntilikina. I've said that all year.
So, but outside of the two-way guys, like you said, basically them Josh Green, Jaden Hardy, Luca, and Kyrie, the guards. Like we got guards, and that's about it. Everybody else can basically, if they leave, I wouldn't be mad. What is that? Hassan says, can't believe Mark Cuban on Shark Tank when he handles his own business like this. Yeah, man.
That's great. That's a great point. I didn't think about that.
I told y'all,
right.
If Mark Cuban messes this whole Luka Doncic experiment up, it's gonna mess up everything. Make him like a failure on everything. G2 also says, cool. Everyone talking about the Mavericks. You know what they say, any publicity is good publicity. I'm thinking about that too, G2.
That's what Mark Cuban feels.
But we talked about that so much, bro. We talked about Mavericks getting no publicity.
Every time they talk about us, it's always bad, though. That's the bad
now all we get now is this negative publicity. It's like, wow, man. It's so ironic. It's like somebody just poked us in the back. It's like, yo, you want it, huh? Here you go. I didn't want it like that. Jenna Kim says, yep, pause. I really don't like how people are hating on Wood. Pause. He's been here for a year. Meanwhile, Powell has been here for a long time. And still hasn't helped in any way. At least Wood contributed more. Yeah.
Well, I said it before, Gina. But now we get his people talking about Christian Wood ain't this and Christian Wood ain't that. But like I said, Powell's been the exact same player his whole entire career, but I never heard anybody question him or demand anything up more of him. So
everyone else has to be the savior, bro. Other people can't fit a role. You feel me? We can't get role players to be roles because we have these trash role players people want to accept. So they
get more responsibility too than what they need.
Yep. So then every other role player that comes over got to be the savior. We got to trade them in all real quick because we don't want to accept it. But it's like you guys accept these guys. So
no, Christian Wood, you got to be Jesus. What about Powell? You've been here forever. No, you.
I can give you 20. I can give you 23, 9, and 2. He's like, no, that ain't enough. You got to stay with your guy every possession and all that.
No, that's not enough. At least we have a guy that's community service. Can you do that? No. Get off my team.
Gina Kim says, I believe if the Mavs don't make good moves this offseason and things don't improve, Luca definitely will think about leaving next year. But hopefully things go right. I think we got 2 years at least, Gina. I keep telling y'all. She also says Kyrie doesn't do an exit interview and everyone freaks out, saying things like he's leaving and blah, blah. Obviously, he wouldn't since he knows they'll ask about his contract. Yeah, Gina Kim. People just want to make foolish stuff. And we got Freezing here talking about let's go Knicks. We be having the Mavericks such embarrassment right now. We got everybody else from the other teams in all row right now on our thing talking about us. They want to make fun of us right now. But we deserve it though. Wupo says Powell isn't a starter, but everyone needs to accept Powell is coming back, or they are just setting themselves up for disappointment. The players love him, the front office as well. If the White Powell gets picked up by another team, bro, like say he just doesn't get picked up by the Mavs and another team pick him up, we're gonna have a special show just for that, like a party. Real talk, just for that. I'm being dead serious. I want to have a party.
Remember we said that last show.
The White Powell not being on this show. I mean on this channel at all. I want him to be done. I don't want to say his name again. Screw street clothes and all that. His name is forbidden.
The White Powell shouldn't even be your top 3 big man in your top 3 big man rotation.
Bro, he shouldn't be your top 3 big man. Shouldn't be your top 3 backcourt guy. He shouldn't be on the NBA floor. Frank says at least we ain't the Blazers. I mean, don't do that. We might become them. Matthew says, is it just me or if Powell was on any other NBA team, he would be cut he is a G League player. I don't even know.
Matthew, I've been saying that. I said, remember the same thing I was telling y'all about Dodo. I'm telling you, the Dodos, the Maxis, the Pals, these guys that everybody will worship so much on this team, they love so much, that don't want to see them go, don't want to trade them and all that. If they go to any other team, prime example, look what happened to Dodo when he went to Brooklyn. Y'all kept hearing us talk about this. And I'm guaranteeing you, let the White Powell go to another team and see what happens. He is not going to crack the rotation. Unless somebody get hurt or whatever, he's not cracking the rotation.
Bro,
Only here in Dallas, he's a starter every year he been on this team.
The way Dodo looking right now, I'm fearing that if the Mavericks don't pick him up at this contract over, this might be the end of Dodo. Like, that's how these players are. But that's a testament to how.
Oh, go ahead.
That's just a testament to how long we keep these players that aren't good enough.
Yep. And that's also a testament to when you have these guys playing in roles they're not supposed to be in.
Yeah.
Ain't no way in the world. No team will be starting to White Powell over anybody else in the league right now at center, bro.
Bro, I don't think no other team would start the White Powell over JaVale McGee. I don't think no other team would start the White Powell over Christian Wood. I don't think no team would start the White Powell over Maxi Kleber. They wouldn't start the White Powell. They would find a way to get him off.
Especially if you see what him starting is not working, bro. You're not going to continue to keep throwing him out there every night. No other team would do that.
Shots to Nico. Dwight Powell was an expiring contract and you didn't get rid of him. That's a problem. Any other team he'd have been gone. TGK, GloYard gang member, also fan of the channel. He says, "What's good, fellas?" What up,
TGK?
David, he says, "Thanks for the streams. It's been a good ride being the first basketball season I watched. I just became a Luca and Mavs fan right before the season started." Then I can't see the emojis, but I guess
it's emojis.
Yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate you, Dave, for joining.
Thank you, Dave. It'll be better. The sun will come out tomorrow.
Yeah, it can't get no worse, right?
Yeah. All right, what up, Rich? GloYard gang member. He said Dirk didn't have the white. Bring it. I mean, he did have your boy though, Eric Dampier. Yeah, Rayful of Friends.
Yeah, he made Eric Dampier look like a
Rayful of Friends.
I don't have nothing.
Sean Bradley.
You said Evan Ishmael.
There's a lot of centers that Dirk, Dirk had deficiencies and they couldn't help him out. They were just right there. And he still was putting in work.
Job, all them dudes, bro. He
still was putting in work. Hell, Brendan Haywood not even the greatest. Gina Kim says the lead script today was crazy. Wolves teammates get into it. Then Clippers teammates get into it. Then Jay McDaniels hurts his hand. Like, what is going on? The Mavs should have been in the playoffs and should have won, try to get to the championship. That was the issue because it's open year. But who knows? Sacramento might just go win it or something. Who knows? Mavericks wasted a year. Would be the Mavericks.
Yep. Only fitting. We make history in a bad way.
What up, Freezy? He says Knicks universe in the building supporting. Y'all ain't supporting. Y'all laughing.
Y'all still want to support, man, after we might take y'all pick?
Yeah. It's only, a 20% chance it might go to y'all now?
Yep.
Gina Kim says Luca said he didn't like the decision to sit out, but they came to an agreement. Maybe they told him to trust that they would do things right, especially with the picks, and he agreed. And allegedly, he didn't agree. He said he didn't like it. He didn't like their move to sit.
That T word you using there, Gene, that's a cuss word for the Dallas Mavericks organization. That trust word, that's a cuss word.
Dirk trust him. See what that got him.
Exactly.
Gina Kim says Luca on Kai. I think it's a great fit. Obviously, people are going to say no. I mean, I look at the results we're having, but like I said, chemistry and relationships take time. Yes.
Like I said, Gina, you got to give Luca some time because he played the same style for 4.5 years. He's asking to be a one-way for 4.5 years, and people automatically wanted him to flip a switch. 20 games, with 20 games left in this season. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to give the man time. Let's get him a training camp. Let's get him an off-season and all that good stuff, and let's see what happens.
Yep.
If he stays, of course.
Richard, he says out 24 and under ain't bad. Yeah, it'd have been 25 and under if we'd had JB, right? Just been an awesome guard lineup. That'd have been crazy, right?
Boy, JB going to the playoffs, man.
Yeah. JB, man. If JB would have been an all-star, he'd have fought for All-NBA this year.
Yeah.
I'm being dead serious.
I still think he should have been an all-star.
He should have. But if he'd have made the all-star team, I think he'd have fought for a third team. That's crazy. We had Jalen Brunson on our team, man. I'm going to tell my kids that one day. Gina Kim said, I love Lawson. He needs to stay. He's very athletic, a good two-way player. I remember watching him in a game early in the season and already saw the potential. Yeah, told
Yeah,
you
he athletic too, man.
when he
We
decides to
need that.
score, he can do a little something. Richard also says, "Yeah, don't see Dwight giving me an interview." Yeah, I
Why
don't
not,
see
Richard? Why not?
I don't see Dwight giving many people interviews though. Gina Kim says, "Go ahead, I'm sorry."
No, I wasn't.
Okay, Gina Kim says, "What do you guys think about Hardy maybe participating in the summer league?" He said he might go. I think he should.
Yeah, I think he will. I think he
Cool.
will.
I think
I
he's
think
going
they
to
were
torch.
saying that was him and AJ Lawson chances are gonna both be on the summer league team, bro.
And I see the Mavs being one of the favorites to win it next year.
Depending on who they draft too. If they draft somebody or pick somebody up off the undrafted free agent and all that.
I'm saying I think Jaden Hardy going to cook them though. We saw what Jaden Hardy did in the G League this year.
Mm-hmm.
The G League actually should be tougher than the summer league, right? H. Ventura says, "Not saying I agree with the tank, but it's good. We tanked the last 2 games since OKC won. We'd have been cooked." I don't know about that, Ace. Let's see. G2. He says, "A bright side, Dodo was eligible to come back. Bad side, he under contract, so yeah, that's not happening. I don't need Dodo back.
Yeah, we good. Let's move forward, man.
Yeah.
There's plenty of defensive wings out there, man. Gonna have to keep reverting back to the same ones.
I saw your WTM TGK, but it don't have nothing behind it. I don't know if you meant. Jenny Kim said, "I wouldn't mind Tim staying, way better than Reggie, and I will speak Powell being gone into existence. We will be free from community service. His service won't be needed anymore." So,
all 3 of them names, Gino won't gone.
Yeah, I'd want all of them gone, but I tell you, I still take Reggie over both of the other 2. And I tell you why. It's not that Reggie the best player out of the 3. It's that Reggie, based off his contract, I can take Reggie's hit more than I can take Tim's or Powell. Like I think Reggie's worth his contract. Like we said, somebody will trade for Reggie Bullock.
Yeah, because his contract is not fully guaranteed next year. I think $5 million of it is guaranteed.
Somebody will trade for Reggie Bullock. Like he's an asset still. The other guys, I don't know how valuable Tim is right now. We'll see. And Powell is not an asset at all. So that's why I say Reggie.
Just let him go.
Yep, just let Powell walk. Like I hope everybody said. I didn't see nothing Timmy Man in them though, but like everybody should have said they goodbyes to Powell today. You feel me? Like it should have been like a nice cake and all that, and been like
he should have did the jersey thing, like
like Jalen Brunson did. We appreciate your service. It's been awesome. And like somebody should have talked to him and said that if y'all gonna be straightforward and say we tanking 2 games left and players not gonna be here, y'all should have told Powell it's his last day. We're gonna need you to find other work. Jenny Kim says, like Mark Cuban Shirt said, question authority. I'm questioning him and our bald-headed loudmouth coach. I want to know when they're going to talk to the fans and tell us why we were toxic and all that, and how if he apologizes and all. Somebody need to ask him that. I don't know why somebody.
And I wonder if those Mark Cuban stands and people who follow every word that he says, I wonder if they're going to apologize too.
Yeah,
shout out to Skin.
Yep, want to know if he's going to apologize to his people. Let's see, Mark Cuban, you going to apologize to your fans or what? Gina also says. Is it going to show? There we go. I think it's funny how when we tank, it's a problem, but we did the same thing from early in the season, missing shots, step back threes for a tie, lost the lead, etc. So why investigate? So I've seen some folks go ahead, Rob.
No, go ahead.
I've seen some folks on other shows that have talked about this and said, why is it a problem that we're doing this and other teams been doing it, like the Blazers and all that type of stuff like that? Why are they playing this game? We're not the Blazers. That's why somebody just said earlier, at least we're not the Blazers. The Blazers been trash basically the whole year.
Yep.
We knew what the Blazers were going to be. We thought it was a surprise when the Blazers at the beginning of the season were actually winning and all that type of stuff. Like, we knew the Blazers were playing for Victor Wembanyama this whole year. Yep. This is not a comparable thing. Like, that's when I feel like you're just saying stuff to get a reaction, like you're saying stuff to just be behind something, to stand behind Mark Cuban in a way. Like, no, this is not the same thing. This is embarrassing. The Mavericks have 2 NBA All-Star starters on their team.
All NBA players on their team.
All NBA type players on their team, and it didn't even make the play-in. This is an embarrassment. This is not on the Blazers level. Damian Lillard by himself without a CJ, he's not able to do that. We didn't expect that. This is not the same level, Gina Kim. So this is an embarrassment.
Another two things too. I'm gonna say this again. One, but I know people gonna say, "Well, OKC lost anyway." At the time, we didn't know OKC was gonna lose. So technically, you were still in a position to make the play-in.
Yep.
Okay, so you technically still in position. And second, like I just said a minute ago, your dumbass coach went out there and opened his mouth about tanking and started throwing his bosses, quote unquote, under the bus.
Yep.
That's why they're being investigated. You never once heard anybody from the Blazers organization come out and say, you know what, we're sitting Dame Lillard because we're tanking.
Yep.
You never heard that from him. But your coach said that in a press conference pretty much.
Yep.
So that's why they're being investigated for those two things. For one, you were still in the contention to get into the play-in, which you know the league wants Luka in there. You already know that.
Yeah.
And two, which is why they rescinded his technical foul. Because they thought maybe that next game was going to cost them the chance to make it to the play-in.
Yep.
But we learned that wasn't the case. But anyway, and then two, your coach opens his mouth in the press conference.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why they're being investigated, guys. It's like King just said. This is apples and oranges.
It's two different things.
Two different things.
Bruh, Damian Lillard, all love to Damian Lillard, and we know his career. I talked about it before. His career, if he doesn't win a championship, it's levels to this. We will respect that. We want Damian Lillard to get a championship, and we hope he do. He doesn't have to get one though. Like
and I've said that before.
Not one of those players that have to get a championship. Luka Doncic has to get a championship, has to get championships, and at this point in their careers, Luka's already more popular than Damian Lillard. Like, so he's a guy like Ro just said. They're trying to put in the playoffs. He gets favors done for him by the league, like you said. Just the technical foul rescinded, and people are like, why? We don't understand why it did, because they want him in the playoffs. Like, it is what it is. It's money. We know what happens. We know why guys get foul calls. We know why it happens. So this has nothing to do with the Blazers. The Blazers, they even came out and said they were thinking about shutting down Damian Lillard because the team was trash and they didn't want him to keep getting banged up and that type of stuff. He's playing hurt. They played around with the words and made it so that the way you sort of sit your guy out, like, we've been losing. We've been losing. Nobody thought we were going to win. It's about time now. Just sit him out so he doesn't get hurt for next year because we still want to keep him. But he's a small guy. Damian Lillard is what, 6'4", 6'3"?
I don't even know if he's 6'3".
That's what I'm saying. So out there being the guy putting out the work, like, you would shut a guy like that down. Like, it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. I just, if anybody trying to say it is, I just don't understand it. You have to know it's
oranges, bro. Like I said, the Mavericks, they deserve what they're getting as far as the investigation, all that stuff. That's their fault.
Yep. Richard also says kid talking at a minimum will be more than $600,000, if not a second. But we don't have, so they could take the first. That's what I'm worried about, Richard.
Yeah.
We did it for the first, so I'm like,
that's the part that I was talking to King about earlier. It's like, yeah, you did that, you ran your mouth. You know that a lot of times with stuff like that, man, and you know how the league is trying to crack down on tanking, which is why they added the play-in. They're trying to crack down on tanking, man, and you go out there and run your mouth. A lot of times they want to take draft compensation. So like you said, we don't have a second right now. So it's like, yo, what else you got? Now you know what they could probably do? We don't know. We'll see. They might step that fine up from 600 to maybe like, you know, a meal or something to kind of cover for not having that second round pick or something like that.
Dumb. He gonna get like the biggest fine probably ever.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but like and you didn't even touch on this one, bro. Like you always say, he did it with a game left,
bro. And then another thing too. This is why I say this organization is so brain dead, bro. Now, when you made that move, us as fans are questioning it, right? You didn't think nobody in the media was gonna question that? So why didn't anybody in the Mad PR get him ready for that question? Because
Mark Cuban.
I'm done. Good night.
Good night, fellas. But I mean, and ladies as well. But
ladies, this is ridiculous. I thought about that today, and I meant to say that early in the show. You telling me nobody in the Mad PR said, "Yo, you know they're gonna ask you about this. Say this, say that, this, and say this." Right?
Your boy is Mark Cuban.
It's kind of like so. You guys pretend like they're the smartest guys in the room, but they are the dumbest organization I've ever seen in my life.
Dumbest guys, but you got Mark Cuban though. So like I said, it's a catch-22 or like a double-edged sword for Mark Cuban because he wants to be the guy that's in charge of all the stuff. So guys don't want that stuff attached to them. Jason Kidd knew that this is foolish. Why would the Mavericks do this? Jason Kidd he already gets enough heat. So Jason Kidd is like, I don't want this heat pointed at me. So the bosses told me to do it. But then also, this is Nico showing that Nico doesn't have full responsibility, and that Mark Cuban is still doing, and that Mark Cuban is still doing,
still running things. Yep,
for the team. It still runs on what Mark Cuban says. Why is Mark Cuban the owner telling them to shut down the players?
And I told you, man. I showed you that picture. Shout out to my bro Law Reggie. He sent me that picture. Matter of fact, I was trying to tell my wife this, because she was like, "Oh, maybe it was this and that." No, I said, "Baby, listen." No, matter of fact, it's my best friend. We was out yesterday together, and I said, "Bro," because he was saying, "Nah, maybe it's this and that." I said, "Bro, listen, it's not that." I said, "We've been watching Mark Cuban since he's been in the league. Mm-hmm. When he lost games, he always showed them on the camera like scalding. He's mad, don't want to talk to nobody, attacking referees or whatever. This is the one game I've seen when he lost, and you're smiling. You've never seen that before with Mark Cuban.
Never.
You know what I'm saying? So that means he was on board for this, and he's the one that called the decision to do it. You know that."
Yep.
But then listen, man, if something comes up scandal-wise, King, I don't want to hear later on that Mark Cuban didn't know anything about it. I don't want to hear it, King. I'm trying to tell you that now.
Mark Cuban, man, it's all his decision, all his touching. He's shutting guys down.
Common denominator. I keep telling folks, man.
He playing the game, man. That's what I'm saying. He gonna get burnt. He playing the game. Sporting Game said with the first pick of the NBA lottery, Dallas Mavericks selected nobody.
Dallas Mavericks select flipping the pick.
Wouldn't that be crazy? They still give us the pick and say, well, you can't select your pick. And like the first pick, Dallas Mavericks select nobody. Jada Kim said, if we had won, OKC would have played their starters, and who knows what would have happened. Grizzlies were leading anyway, so maybe they would have won. But since we lost, they rested everyone. Yeah, it's a different.
They would have went into the game different, Gina. What we were trying to say.
You put pressure on a young team to have to win a game. She also says, so we could have still had a chance, but who knows now? I guess this was the best decision because we can focus on the pick and have a better chance at trading. I don't think they're focusing on a pick. Like, when were the Mavericks scouting for a pick? Yeah. That's what I'm like. Everybody's saying about this pick stuff. When were the Mavericks scouting for a pick, guys? The Mavericks thought they were going to go back to the Western Conference Finals and all that stuff. When were they scouting for these picks that y'all saying they were doing? They missed out all the stuff, so now they got to go back and just watch photos.
Obviously they did it a day ago because you played everybody against Sacramento, so it had to have been a day ago. You weren't thinking about it a day ago.
That's what I'm saying. Don't get excited for this pick, y'all. They should trade this pick. They're not ready for it. RC, GloYard gang member, says, do you think the pick can get you Jaylen Brown, Laurie, or Ayton? I think if it's high enough, it can get you any of them. Frank says, I don't think the Western Conference Finals was fool's gold or fluke. At the time, everything just fit nearly perfect.
Everybody knew their roles at the time, Frankie, right?
Bulls, they was trash, but now got players that fit together. You really think a top defensive team can be elite with Vooch? Mm-mm. I don't think it's fool's gold either, Frank. I told you I agree with you. G2 says we don't need a turnover. We need a farm system.
You got to draft first for that, man.
Gina Kim also says, if we were to get the first pick, a big if, would y'all rather keep Victor or trade him? And if so, for who? You want to take that first? I'm gonna keep repeating this because I know y'all keep asking the same question over and over again. I want to trade that pick. Yep.
I want to get it flipped. I want to flip that pick as much as you can, as many first round picks as you can get, so we can get all these trashy players off this team, man, and turn this roster over. Because listen, we got guys like Berton that nobody gonna just pick up willingly, without you attaching a pick to it. You don't have a whole asset of picks. So the only way you're going to do that, you have to flip that first pick to get more picks, or whatever, right?
Yep.
That's what you need to do. So, no, listen. Y'all see that we had two, like King said, we had two starting all-star, two all-NBA players on this team, and we were 11th in the West. I'm guaranteeing you nobody in this draft is going to change our team drastically like that for us to be a top 2, 3, 4 team in the entire league.
Not by himself.
Not by themselves. There's too many things that we need to change on this team. There's too many holes we need to fill in this team.
Yep.
So, yes, I want to trade that pick. I want to flip it as many times as you can to get as many picks as you can so we can get this trash off our team. There you go.
100% agree. If you can't get the people off the team with the pick right away, then like my man Ralph said, you keep flipping it so you can get enough picks to get the guys off the team. So you don't even care about the first picks. You like, first rounder? Oh, you need a first. Here you go. Get out of here, Tim. Get out of here, Bertans. I want to be like OKC right now with picks so we can have enough to just get rid of them and not worry. Like, can you make all these draft picks? Like, no, we just gonna get rid of them. Frank says, look at the Bulls. Oh, the same thing. I'm sorry. Daniel says,
I know this person did. Go ahead. Real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So he says picks ain't worth flipping. You can't get multiple picks off this crap.
You can't out of
Parker, have you ever watched the draft before?
Yeah, I guess.
Have you ever watched the draft? King, let me ask you a question. How did we get Luca?
We traded.
And how many picks did we trade to get Luca?
We traded 2.
Oh, gotcha. So you can't flip picks to get multiple picks.
Allegedly.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. My bad. I've never watched a draft in my life. I'm sorry. You were saying, King? Go ahead. Where were you at?
I just said the other day that supposedly this guy is supposed to be the most hyped since LeBron James, right? People saying that even I've heard someone say, folks say actually, if he was drafted with LeBron James, he'd be the number 1 pick. So if that pick ain't worth flipping, it ain't gonna get you multiple picks. I know LeBron.
Like I said, Utah. I mean, I'm sorry, not Utah. Atlanta just traded picks for Luca, and he got multiple picks out of it.
Yeah.
Teams do it every year. It's not nothing new.
Nope.
It can happen.
If it's somebody in the draft they want, they will give up everybody they have or everything they want to get that person.
Hold on. You right. We did trade up, dumbass. Atlanta traded back to get Trae Young at the 5th pick, stupid ass. What the hell are you talking about? They traded back to get 2 picks. God dang, what? Like, sorry. I'm sorry, King. I'm sorry. My bad. You saying? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, we gonna get demonetized today.
I'm sorry, bro. These are the people we argue with, bro. Like, what the hell are you talking about? I just said Atlanta traded their picks. Oh, did we trade it up? Yeah, we did trade up. Who we trade up with? And what did Atlanta get from us when we traded up? 2 picks.
God, Trae Young and the first round pick from the next.
And got Cam Johnson. Cam Reddish.
Reddish, yeah, Parker. Yeah, so you can't call out names when you the fool. So we're gonna give you your 5 minutes of fame. So
I'm sorry. Go ahead. My bad.
It's okay. It's okay. I understand. I did the same thing.
I was like, God dang. That's why I'm staying off Twitter, bro. Because I'm not gonna do this, bro. This is crazy. Common
Daniel
sense.
said, so if we are considered a haul or considering, I'm sorry.
Hold on, one more time. Thank you, Atlantis. I was just about to say that too. Shout out to Dre.
Dumbass.
They traded at the 11th pick for 3 picks.
Dumbass.
Dre just said that last night on their show.
Dumbass.
I'm sorry. Screen, go ahead, King. I apologize, bro.
Stop putting it beside your name, dumbass, with 2 Z's.
Golly.
Tell Queen put that in the intro for you.
Yeah, put that in there, Queen. We appreciate that.
Bro, he the dumbass.
Jesus.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I know I dropped out of 2nd grade, but I'm just like, you trade 1 for 2. Ain't that flipping the pick? I'm like, the hell are we talking about? Well, go ahead. I'm sorry. My bad. I keep cutting you off. I apologize. I'm sorry. I apologize, GloYard.
He said, I'm sorry, I'm going to repeat your question, Daniel. So if we are considering a haul for the top 10 pick, would you want Jaylen Brown instead? I don't really want to get one player for the pick.
I'm trying to get as many players as we can get.
Yeah, as much as I can, because I don't think we want away. I think we gotta. It's not that we a bunch away. We don't need a bunch of star players. We need a bunch of role players. We need role players right now.
I want to look like what's a good team we can use? I want to look like Boston.
You can say Golden State now.
Yes.
The old Golden State, what you think? What you're saying from last year and all that stuff, all these young guards, the Jordan Pooles and all that. We got those guys now, the Josh Greens and all that. Now just
I'm gonna say last year, yes.
Yes, get those guys around him and all now. Like, I'm fine.
Yes.
But I mean, the one guy right now that I'm looking, I feel like a perfect
I would like Jalen Brunson, yes. I mean, it's not Jalen Brown. I mean, say Jalen Brown, yeah. I would like Jalen Brunson too, but I would like Jalen Brown, yes.
I think
we definitely do need more though, Daniel. We need more.
Dumbass.
I got that in 2nd grade. Remember that?
You guys see the coaches available? Would you take Silas?
Man, shout out to Silas, man.
Yeah, I didn't think they were gonna fire him. They set him up, but I heard somebody say that before.
It was Johnny B. Remember he said that
they set him up for that and all that stuff. Man, that's horrible.
Now you know what they said though, right? You hear about what the new news for that?
Mm-mm.
They were gonna he's gone, and they were gonna try to go after like MA, Nick Nurse, It was somebody who was on that list. Oh yeah, they said Frank Vogel. All them people you naming off, Gina. That's who Houston trying to go after.
But why? They're not there yet.
And that's what I was thinking too, King. When they said that, I said, hold on, man, that's a we're there now move.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like you're not there yet.
You don't give your coach. That's a setup. I don't like that. You don't give Steven Silas a shot at being competitive though. Like you just. Bro. There's still a couple picks away, bro. There's still a couple picks away. They were playing for the draft. We all knew that. Come on, bro. That's again like the Blazers and all that. Like saying they accept their players.
And let me ask you a question. Now you saw the situation that Ime Udoka was in, right?
Mm-hmm.
You saw the situation that Frank Vogel was in, right? Mm-hmm. And you also saw when Nick Nurse got a ring and all that. So you saw the situation he's been in before. You think any of those teams, any of those coaches, are going to come back to a rebuild?
No.
After leaving situations that where they at one point they was in contention and all that, going to playoffs and all that stuff, you think they really gonna step back from that? Like, nah, bro.
Would they follow a top 3 pick though?
Who? It's gonna depend on. I wish I knew the draft, bro. I wish I knew the draft. I don't know who would be number 3. Because right now I'm hearing that Scoot Henderson ain't gonna be number 2 no more.
I know, but I heard he's number 3. I think it's between him, Brandon, and Scoot are the top 3 is what I'm hearing. I don't. You know what? I'm gonna give you an answer. I don't think so, bro. All right, go ahead with your I know it's super chat.
Sean. I thought I said Sean Marion. I'm about to say. I was like, what? Yeah, Sean Morgan was good, man. He said, just found you guys. Keep up the good work. Here's my trade idea. Bertans, Ntilikina. He's a free agent, by the way. Penson's a free agent. Some picks just to get anyone good at defense. Bertans, like I said, man, you're gonna have to attach a pick to Bertans.
Yeah.
He's one of the worst contracts in the league. Who was that told me this?
He is the worst contract in the league, not one of.
So I think it might be Ben Simmons now.
Yeah.
Yeah, what to say? What was it told me this? I think we got 2 years left on Bertans, but his last year is not fully guaranteed.
I feel like both of them aren't. I hope both of them aren't.
So maybe that'd be easy for him to get moved. But I've heard there was last year is not fully guaranteed. And I heard he got like 2 more years left. But I still feel like you're going to have to attach a first-round pick to him, man, to get him up out of here.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
If you can't get his contract under $10 million, then you're going to attach.
Yeah.
That's basically how I feel at this point. Let's see. Back for the coaches available to Gina Kim, not to get off your question, but basically he's the coach next year, so don't even worry about that.
What was that question again? Click her question again.
She said, do y'all see the coaches available? Basically, would you take?
Oh, would you take? I would. We've already said Kenny Atkinson.
Yeah.
Definitely take Nick Nurse.
Nick Nurse, Kenny Atkinson, I'd take. I don't want Steven right after coming off of that. I don't think that's a good thing to be grabbing right now. So, yeah, out of them 2 people, like you said, out of them coaches you named, Kenny Atkinson and Nick Nurse be the 2 guys. Frank Vogel will bring us some defense, though.
That's what I was just about to say. He be defense.
But I don't know you need to get my offensive mind beside him again. Because if you keep these same type of coaches.
The reason why I like Kenny Atkinson because he's a developing coach.
Yeah, Kenny Atkinson, I think I'd take Kenny Atkinson right now.
Oh, you know what? Nick Nurse is a developing coach, too. I'm tripping.
I'd take Nick Nurse as well, yeah.
Yeah.
G2 said I got a content idea for the offseason tier list of current players podcast. We did one last year too, G2. We had a whole list of Rel made the list of the different tiers, and then we had a whole bottom list of guys that got traded for Christian Wood.
No. He's saying the players with the podcast.
Players
like Draymond Green and all them and
I got you. Oh, y'all wilding. You wilding, G2, man.
Because there's players I forgot Duncan Robinson had a podcast.
Everybody got a podcast. Just about. Shout out to the players being.
Oh, you said current player. I'm about to say like does JJ Redick and all them count? But you said current players, so it probably be like Draymond and all them and what's the boy name? CJ got a good podcast.
Who would have the best current player podcast?
I'll probably say I gotta look at the list. Who's it? Duncan Robinson, Draymond, CJ.
Duncan was good for a second, and I feel like Duncan fell off for a minute, though, didn't he? Like stopped doing it.
I think he fell off because he ain't been that hot this year, or since last year or whatever.
Draymond, I like Draymond's content, but he don't have as many guests.
Yeah, Draymond's is more like a kind of like a vlog, like he go in there.
Yep, Theo have guests.
Yeah, Theo got guessed. CJ got guessed.
Yeah, CGD as well. You know, my favorite to actually watch might be Draymond's, you know, because I don't really want to see the other guys and all that stuff. Because Theo be sometimes sugarcoating his questions to the Mavericks.
That's the only thing about like no disrespect to Theo, bro. But like you said, yeah, he do. He kind of like I
know you gotta because your team and all, but that's not what we want to talk about. You know what we want to talk about, and it's like nah. It's like why you got the podcast then?
Like that's why I like CJ. I feel like CJ is gonna just tell it like it is a little bit there.
I don't know if it's Waco or if it's Waco, but I'm guessing it's Waco. Let's see, it's Waco,
probably
Texas.
Waco.
All right,
yeah,
probably. He says Tim been getting that ESPN airtime. That's why he making up ish.
Oh man. Oh, hey, you trying to say he got that ESPN bug, huh? What he be making up stuff?
That Kendrick Perkins, carry on.
Man, they carry on.
Shout
hey, you know what?
Shout out to Grant.
They tend to do that.
My guy Grant had a whole rivalry against that man. Gina Kim says, I just realized they let Brunson walk, Wood walk, and even Nash years ago. Many others go, and yet we got Maxey with an extension, Powell with community service awards, and Reggie with an island. Yeah, shout out to Reggie with the island, though, man. That's awesome.
Great moves right there, Gina. Great moves.
Steve said, remember Friday? I said Adam Silver wasn't going to be happy about the Mavs sitting there playing.
Yep, you did say that, Steve. You did say it.
Nancy said during the exit interviews, multiple players talked about how much leadership Kyrie has brought to the team since he got here on the court as well as off the court. Luca, Tim, Hardy, and more. Yeah, that's what we're saying, Nancy. Like, I have had no problems with Kyrie since he's been on the team, and we call it like this. I don't have a problem with Kyrie.
But you know, ESPN, they got to find something.
Yeah. Yes, J Channel. Is this the Mavs versus Collab 7? In my opinion, yes, I think it is.
So I was reminded, and I completely forgot about this. So Dallas went to the Western Conference Finals back in '88 against the Lakers. We went to Game 7 with the Lakers, which I still believe we had to play in Dallas in Game 7. It would have been a different story. But anyway, we lost to the Lakers in 7, and the next year we did not make the playoffs, and I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that.
But they not Kyrie and Luca. That's the only thing. Like I love it, but they not Kyrie and Luca. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like so, I still go with this one. I think. As
a matter of fact, when did we lose Aguirre?
Was that 80, 89?
The Pistons won in 89 and 90.
Yes, right. Because you're 191, right?
Damn. So we might have lost him. That might have been. He might have been gone that first year, because he got 2 rings.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was there. I thought he came to him when he won a championship. That year, 89.
Yeah. That's when we went. That's when we didn't make the playoffs.
I think that's the worst collab because I feel like the Mavs back then were overachieving. Like they weren't expecting. They were a new franchise that was coming out the gate. And
so it wasn't that they were overachieving. It's just that Dallas was one of those teams that in the '80s was one of those very, very good teams, but just could never get over that hump. That was always there. They're not. Yeah, it was against the Lakers. Yeah, like they were always. Matter of fact, there's a documentary about us. If you go to NBA, well, probably can look at it up on YouTube. Like Dallas was always a very, very good team, but just one that it was kind of like they were kind of like what's a good example? Like,
but y'all was fresh out the gate, though, is what I'm saying, though, right?
Well, no. At that time, we were already established. We were established after our 4th year in the league. When we started piling up all the first round picks and all that stuff, that's when the Derek Harpers and all that.
I'm just saying that after 4 years, that's still quick, is what I'm saying. And to come as a new franchise within 4 years,
yeah,
I'm saying y'all were there quick to be one of the main guys in the West left. Well, the West I feel like was weak.
And like I said, the reason why that was because we had a ton of draft picks that and Dallas was drafting very intelligent around that time. Cause like I said, that's when you had because Brad Davis wasn't drafted by us. We traded for him, but like that's when you had like the Jay Vincents. You got matter of fact, a couple of guys were in the draft together. You know I'm bad with drafts, so that's when you had the Mark Aguirre was our first pick, and then we had Rolando, and then I think like a couple years after that we had Derek Harper. Because I want to say we had like Dale Ellis and them, Deadlift Shrimp and them. Yep. Sam Perkins. Because Derek Harper came a little later. Because that's when we had Brad Davis and Rolando were our starting backcourt, and Derek came off the bench. But then when Brad Davis retired, that's when that was Derek Harper and Rolando. And that's when we kind of like, I mean, we took off with Brad. Like, I don't want to disrespect Brad. Like, we took off, but we were established then when we had, like, Derek and them guys in the backcourt, and we had, like, Aguirre putting up, like, 26, 27 a game or whatever. It's just that, like, it was kind of like Sacramento back in the 2000s. Like, they were always, like us. Man, back in the 2000s, we was always considered, like, that really good team, but you could never get over the hump.
Yeah.
That's how we were. We were the Sacramento Kings against the Lakers back in the 80s.
I just felt like y'all got there early, though. Like, for 4 years is quick.
Yeah. Thank the Lord above, man. We was able to we drafted really well back then, bro.
So
y'all was knocking them drafts out, man.
And plus the West was weak.
Yeah, compared to the East, yes.
The West was very weak back then. So I'm not saying that y'all were weak. Well, the Mavericks were weak. I'm just saying the West was weak in general.
Because at that time, I think it was like Seattle, Dallas, Houston.
Yeah, Houston was sometimes. Remember,
Portland.
Houston was young. Remember, that's how they were.
Yeah, they were young.
Yeah. And they were like a young team. So
Portland,
Portland, LA. They would have
LA,
the three big teams with y'all, Portland and LA, I feel like. And then Houston had a year where they got there looking good. And that was basically it. That's what I'm saying. Like,
and that's when, because the Boston, they had Milwaukee, they had Boston, they had Mike was the weakest Pistons. Team. Yeah, Chicago was like one of the
weakest team. You know, he had the Cavaliers over there.
Yeah, the Cavaliers. Yep.
Bucks, like you said. Yep. The Pistons.
The Sixers. I forgot about the Sixers. Yeah, the Sixers. Yep.
The Sixers was they were deep over there on the East. The West was just Magic Johnson trying to get to the finals. Let's see. Aaron says Sam Mitchell on NBA TV 3 weeks ago said Wood and McGee should have been starting, and J Kidd just had to be him. I mean, I think everybody was saying that by the end of the year. But
shout out to Sam Mitchell
or Aaron. Steve says only positive about this season was Jaden Hardy, and the Mavs were right. They never really got blowed out. What is it? We need to learn how to finish and close out these games. Yes, Steve.
Probably just need to learn how to. Yeah.
Reunion Tower Sports says appreciate the stream. Found y'all this season. Kai stays. Who y'all trading for the assets? You can't trade
listen,
for assets.
Yeah, I don't. You don't know about like that. They can trade for assets, but if you're talking about what we need to go after first, y'all heard me say. Me and King say this a million times. We need a big. We need a big. I was gonna ask you this. I'm just throwing this out hypothetically, right? I'm not saying we're gonna get this guy. Mm-hmm. How would you feel if your two big man rotation as far as centers was Ayton and McGee next year?
I'm down with it.
Okay.
Bro, I told you, I don't think y'all realize how good Ayton will be on this team, man. Ayton can make mid-range jump shots. Do you know how good? Do you know how good Dwight Powell would be if he could make mid-range jump shots?
Yeah, bro, I did not say that. I said, bro, if you at least hit a 15-foot jump shot, bro, that would be a huge help.
And Ayton, one of the best mid-range shooters, especially at center position.
Well, shoot, even like I said, even like a Miles Turner and JaVale McGee as your two big man rotation.
Miles Turner, right?
We ain't gonna be as deep as 2011, but I mean,
Miles Turner
close, I guess.
Miles Turner got to every now and then though push floater right in the paint. That's what he does. He's not a mid-range shooter though.
He can run the floor too, man. He's like a gazelle out there.
He's not a mid-range shooter though, right? What I'm telling you is Ayton is a pick and pop artist at the mid-range, bro. Like if he pulls this guy out just in the mid and let Luca get a little body between them and all that, like Ayton would be amazing on his team. Like he's just not using the right team. The guys, it's not the right situation for him over in Phoenix. I really think you get him in Dallas, man. Like he would thrive over here easily.
So, I changed my mind, man. I think I might watch the playoffs.
You want to watch Ayton?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna watch all of them, bro. I'm gonna try to watch all of them, especially the West. I'm gonna see what's.
Because I'm watching highlights. I can get enough off of highlights. Jay says, what's your thought on Kyrie Irving being a winner? He won that one championship with LeBron, but without LeBron, he hasn't won much. It's because he's not a number one, Jay. That's always been my thing on Kyrie. He's not a number one.
He's not a number one.
And he shouldn't be a number one. And now if he officially decides to be a number two, the only other time when he was a number two, and I mean I should say health and all was included, was he's winning a championship with LeBron and competing in finals with LeBron as a number two. He's a nuclear number two. Steve says we all know what the Mavs need to do this offseason. They just need to do it, starting with letting Powell walk. Yep.
There you go, Steve. That's number one. Let that man go, man.
Number one on the list.
That's how we're gonna know if they're being serious or not about this offseason. Let that man go.
I think that would change everybody's mind just from that one move. Jenna Kim said, I hope they don't think they make the right moves and things still go wrong. How long have they known we needed defensive players, a better center? There's no way they ignored our problems. Allegedly, your owner said we were toxic when we were saying that stuff.
And Gina, I brought this up before. I talked about this before, man. I brought up on Freezy and them show again. We only had before we had Tyson Chandler. The only person who was considered our franchise center was a guy that most of y'all in here don't even know who the heck he is, unless you Google him. And that was back in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't understand why they never took the center position seriously. You obviously didn't care if you gonna start the White Powell every game, and didn't even try to change it up. So,
I mean, we need Walt the Wizard Williams.
Man, shout out to Walt Williams, man.
That's my guy, Walt, man. That was my dude.
Shimmy. Number 42 with them long socks.
That's my guy, Walt, with the Wizard.
The Wizard.
GT said 3% for Wemby. I'm not gonna lie, I'm delusional, but I got a feeling for this draft. We're not gonna draft this guy, yeah.
Listen, man. G2, I'm not mad at you, man. You're a fan, man. I'm not mad at you. But listen, man, I don't want to be negative here, y'all. But listen, in the Mavericks' history of drafting, we've never were able to move up in the draft.
Yeah.
As far as like the ping pong balls going our way, and we actually moved up in the draft. We either always stayed at where we projected, or we moved down. Matter of fact, the year we got Luca, we were projected to be number 3. We got moved down to 5.
Bro, but if it's a time for a conspiracy to happen, though, bro,
that's what I'm kind of holding hope on. It's like
loving Luca and saying, "Hey,
yeah,
let's get you a Tim Duncan like David Robinson and all that stuff, or get you a Magic Johnson like Kareem and all that." Like,
yeah,
if there ever was a time,
I'm not gonna lie, King. Like the fans have kind of got me like believing. I ain't gonna lie, because I've seen people send those things talking about I did a roll or whatever one time, and we end up
get a top 3 pick.
Man, I kind of think we gonna fall top 5.
I'll be fine with five as well.
I would too.
I would too. Top 3 pick. Watch what happens. It's gonna be. We're gonna get a top 3 pick. I think. If we
I really feel it, bro. Like in the past, like I always had this feeling like, bro, we're gonna end up dropping in the draft, and then chances are we either gonna stay or we drop. There's always our two. We've never, as long as the Mavs been around since 1980, y'all, we've never had the ping pong balls in our favor to move up.
I think they're gonna get top 3 though. For some reason, I'm feeling the top 3. I think.
As a matter of fact, I want to say the year we got Kid, we were supposed to get the number 1 pick.
Probably so.
I could be wrong. Was it the Cherokee Park draft? No. I don't think it was Cherokee Park draft. I want to say it was a Kid draft. We were supposed to get the number 1 pick. I think.
We get top 3. It should work out. The Mavs should be able to fix all their problems with, like, who knows? And like we said about drafting Wemby, like I don't know either, bro. Because like you said, if it makes sense, it makes sense. So they could draft Wemby and just go with it. Who knows?
Let's see what the draft lottery is.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big day. Hopefully it's a Friday. That'd be awesome.
No, it's Thursday. It's always a Thursday.
That's right. You're right. It is a Thursday. You're right. I mean, we could do an awesome show on Friday, though. Jay also says, is Zach LaVine a free agent this offseason? No, Jay. He just got signed last year. He said, I think he would be a good fit in Dallas. I thought he would be as well, but
I've been saying Kyrie, that. Like, if you keep Kyrie, no. But I was saying this on a few shows ago, Jay. I said, if you let Kyrie go or whatever, I'm not saying you're going to be able to get him, but if you could get Zach LaVine, I think he'd be perfect as far as a guy who can move without the ball. He does not have to have the ball in his hand to be effective. And if you're going to have Luca be a ball-dominant point guard the way he is, you need somebody like that beside him who is not affected, like stand in the corner because he got to, he can't operate without having the ball in his hand. This guy's a backdoor cutter. He's a slasher. He can be a playmaker. He could be that tertiary ball handler next to Luca. Like he'll be the perfect shooting guard next to Luca.
Can you imagine if Luca wanted to run the break though, him and Zach LaVine though?
Man,
if Luca actually ran the break instead of him.
I want you to picture this. Can you imagine Zach LaVine, Jaden Hardy, and Josh Green on a fast break together?
Fast break together, man. Yep.
Oh, and I was wrong, King. It's a Tuesday, May 16th.
For the
so we got a whole month. Yeah, for the draft lottery. I don't know. I thought it was a Thursday. The draft is on a Thursday. That's what it was.
Something on Thursday. Let's see. Div says we need to get rid of the bad contracts and bad players. Kleber, Powell, THJ, Bertans, any of these bums need to go any way possible. What you did?
That's why we need those picks.
Richard says was looking for that Dwight tribute.
Go to your kitchen, Richard, and look in your trash can. It should be in there.
There you go. Steve says, I know right now the Mavs are really regretting not trading Maxey for John Collins. No. But hold on, read the rest. A few years ago, because now he has no trade value, we stuck with him for at least 2 more years. No, Steve. That's not
hey. The only reason why I'm lying, because Analyst in here right now, I know he like, yeah, I take. Well, you know what, Analyst, would you take that? Would you take John Collins for Maxi Kleber?
If you would, then let's sign up for that.
I gotta hear this one, bro. I gotta see what Analyst got to say about that one, man.
But
would you do that, King?
Hell no. Oh, hold up. Would I trade him? Yes. If I was Atlanta, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah. But would you take that? Okay.
Yes.
Analyst said no.
No.
He said, heck no.
But the trade they missed out on, Steve, though, was trading Maxey for Larry Market.
That was a trade, yes.
Another All-NBA player that wanted to play on the Mavericks. That wanted to play for the Mavericks. Not Chandler Parsons. Larry Market. We could add Larry Market, bro. That hurts.
Yep.
Div said for Maxey Cleveland, we got 3 more years in. His contract ain't even started yet. Div says, do you know if we let the UFAs, unrestricted free agents, go, and we can sign Jeremy Grant and Kyrie agrees to sign a contract from another team, but we can't match it with his bird rights? So, no. We can always match Kyrie's bird rights, Div. So if we can, if that does happen and we let everybody go, that's what they should do. If the Mavericks were smart, see, they got to fix their whole team up, which means let everybody go, try to trade those guys, right, and don't sign Kyrie until last.
Freezy, come on, man. You've been trying to give us Evan Fournier for about 18 years, man.
He's trying to give us Evan Fournier.
He's been trying to give us Evan Fournier.
You shouldn't sign Kyrie to last, though, Dave. You get the verbal agreement that you guys are going to do it, and then you go sign the guys while you're under the cap.
Because you're gonna be over the cap regardless.
Either way, so you do it right, like you didn't do for Jalen Brunson. You feel me? Like you got to set it up right now this time, and you go sign somebody, which would be awesome. Actually, bro, we might be able to do that. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, TGK been saying that. He said what you do is you sign players up until that very last dollar. Then you sign Kyrie, and then you go. Yeah,
I didn't think about Jeremy Grant though. I'm like,
oh wait, what happened?
You might actually be able to sign Jeremy Grant though.
Yeah.
If everybody walks, Jeremy might take 20 mil.
Yeah. How you gonna fill out the rest of your roster though?
The trades with the rest of the picks and all that stuff. Where you go?
So how you want to do this? You want to trade first and then some? Well, what comes first?
So what you
do? The draft come first.
The draft comes first. So what you do is you trade the draft pick for the picks, like you said, right? So draft picks just for picks.
So you trading everybody during draft night.
And then I want to basically trade everybody after draft night, as far as like taking the picks and trading everybody away to getting somebody else or whatever you got to do, because we have Jeremy Grant signed. You get Kyrie, you got Luca. Then you can trade, like I say, for anybody else with the draft picks. And your draft pick that you're going to get, if you get a high draft pick, get you a bunch of draft picks to start releasing guys and getting better guys on your team. I think that's a good move. I like that, dude.
Oh, Nico, man. Nico got his work cut out, man.
Nico, listen to the show, Nico. Y'all need to share this to Nico. Richo said, Nico, we trust. It's still the motto until the end of the season, until Dwight Powell gets signed.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, I'm be up there so fast, bro. If they signed Dwight, I'm done, bro.
We're going to make a bizarro version of it. He says the Lakers and Warriors both made the playoffs with their season, but we didn't make it. Man, the Lakers were under 500 most of the season, it seemed like. And they made the playoffs. They got
had a chance to be the 6th seed.
Got better than us, man.
If they didn't lose to
Clippers.
The Clippers, yeah.
Daniel said finding a wing player in free agency could be difficult, but I think we can find one somehow. Maybe a guy like Cam Johnson or maybe Jeremy Grant. But Richard always says, though, Jeremy about to turn 30, I think.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny, too, King. Cam Johnson up there, too.
Hold on. Jay says, Kings, so Luca is more popular than Dame Dollar, and you made a face at me, okay? You want to go off of shoes? You want to go off of jersey sales? You want to go off of a visitor's ticket sales? What you want to go off of, Jay? I'm sorry to say, yes, Luke is more popular than Dame Dollar. I didn't know it was a question.
What we going off of, Jay? Let us know.
Yeah, that's what you want to go off of. Tell me. CD sales, we can't do that one. Luka don't have him on that. Div says the league has a rule that an owner cannot tell a team or anyone on a team to tank. The minute Kid said what he said, it threw the whole Mavs organization under the bus. That is a fireable offense.
You think so, Div?
We'll see. It's a fireable.
That's what I'm hoping, Div. I'm like, bro.
It's a fireable offense, though, Ro, if we lose the pick. So if we lost the pick,
I lose a pick to get this guy. Would you want to lose the pick to get him up out of here?
No, I don't want to do that. I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to do that.
Bro, that's like the predicament you in. Like, dang, do I lose this pick to get Kid up out of here, or do I need to keep this pick to keep Kid? You're like, dang, but it's hard, bro.
Nah, man. You know what? I'm at the point, man. I'm over that Kid thing. I already know. I'm just hoping Kid, he does another 180 or something. You know, next year
do another 180.
Hopefully, man, with a different squad or something. Like, I'm over it. I know he's gonna be starting the season. There's no reason to even like get your head set up to be like it ain't gonna be anything different. We just need him to adjust and get better. Hopefully, I'm gonna pray for the best. I just don't want Dwight Powell. He doesn't have to be here. Gina Kim said it's officially known now that Cuban is the GM and also a fraud and a liar. I need him exposed and forced to sell the team. Amen. Sound like
he sell the team. He should have sold it when he had those allegations within the organization.
TGK also says with the new CBA that limited how many picks you get in a trade, we were better off keeping Victor. That's right, they did limit that. How many did they limit? Damn, why would they do that to us, man? Damn, they did do that. I'm done. So we can't even get as many picks as we. Then you gotta get players in, bro. You gotta trade the pick for a superstar or for a star player.
But that's one move, though.
It's going to have to be one move with picks. So the team is going to have to. You're going to have to trade. You're going to have to trade to a team that has picks and a player that you want. I.e., OKC. Not that OKC don't give anybody up to us, but I'm just saying, using an example, a team that has picks and a player that you might want, so you can get all of it off of one team.
Hey, that thing kicks in this year, isn't this coming year?
I thought the CBA was one more year though. I thought it was 2024. I don't know, TGK. Let me know. I thought it was one more year though.
Can you just give us one more year, bro? Let us use the old CBA rule for this one more year, bro. Like, you know, this remind me of. You remember when they changed that CBA rule up, man? After we won that championship.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I was like, see, I just couldn't wait one more year.
One more year. Yep.
I was like, geez, I do this stuff every time we need something, man. Man, I hope that's not. Man, he might. TDK might be right though, bro.
Let's see. Gina Kim said, "I don't care what it takes. We need to go. We need to get Dodo back at some point so he can retire his jersey with us. I miss him so much, and hopefully one day when we're better, he can come back. Yeah, I would like Dodo to come back and just like get sent off, but like for the low for like an extra spot when we set up
That he be Theo Pinson. Yeah, that Theo Pinson role.
I want him to be Theo Pinson. I'd rather it be Dodo than Theo Pinson or Boban.
Facts.
Gina Kim said, y'all got real heated. Yeah. Yeah.
I apologize, Gina.
Oh, he said I got the IQ of a bean. Man, who's this Parker dude? Why did he come on here disrespecting us? Parker, you want to come on the show? You can come talk to us so I can embarrass you. Let's see who else. Div says, I say this, if we get Wemba, I do not trade him. Remember, you can trade Luca. If Wemba is the next LeBron, you could trade Luca and get a haul for him and start with young picks. Nah, I think Luca gonna be better than Wemby. I'm just saying what they think or what's the hype right now.
Div, you would do that?
I'm not doing that. Daniel said also it's okay. You guys are good. Oh, you don't got worry. Thank you, Daniel. We appreciate it.
No, you good, man. You good.
No, I like it. It's not a problem. Then he asking us questions though too. Like oh boy. Oh man. Where is the next one? Knight. What up, Knight? He says, my laptop is about to die. I just wanted to say Luca is the franchise. The Mavericks are just along for the ride. Mark knows this. The front office knows this. Don't put bad vibes in the air. Yeah.
Too late. Night. They didn't already did it.
Yeah. Man, so I got the IQ of a bean. Damn, Bean's smart as hell. That's crazy. You must have an IQ of 160. Gina Kim says, I don't understand how they traded a first.
Talk about your IQ is the IQ of a bean, but said you can't get more picks with trading.
Hey, man, I knew that one, so I wonder what his IQ is.
Jesus Christ.
I don't understand how they traded a first for Wood and let him walk. I hope they learn from past mistakes and improve, but we can only pray. Yep, they traded a first.
Gina, let me ask you a question now by saying no. Because remember, this is not the first time something like this has happened. You brought up Steve Nash. How long ago was that? So, no, they ain't learned nothing. That was almost 20 years ago. Let that sink in. Just did it last year, so you know they ain't learned nothing.
Just did it again last year.
Yeah, just did it last year, yeah.
We sat here and yelled, man. We yelled to anyone.
Bro,
any rooftop.
The desk over and everything. What are you doing?
Said, hey, Jalen Brunson, what's going on? We need Jalen Brunson. It was like, nah, no, you don't. Then people fell in love real quick with Mark's decisions then, remember, Rel? They sat there and said, oh, it's okay.
He the best one ever making that decision.
Hey, you don't need Jalen Brunson. Don't give him the money. And guess what they saying? He one of the most valuable contracts in the NBA now.
Yep, I heard that a million times.
Wow, he's underpaid. Ramble,
I still can't believe that, bro. We had him.
Ramble said we got to start a gives and go to put a front page newspaper ad in Dallas, fire Jason Kidd, or protest. Kid got to go. Yeah, I mean, I'm not in Dallas. I can't go that hard, Ramble, but y'all can do it.
Shout out to fire Jason Kidd.
Yeah. I mean, he maybe need to go back to fire Mark Cuban as well, though.
Hey, then he got to rescind that apology you had, man.
He do. Sometimes you got to do it. Mark Cuban had to, right?
You know what? I was wrong.
Mixtapes.
Fire you too. Like, dang.
Frank says, yeah, I'm just watching the playoffs as a scout.
Hey, you know what, Frank? That's kind of what my mind was. Like, let me just see who out there right now, man.
Div also says, imagine being Timberwolves right now. You gave up your future for a guy who punches out your players.
I said that, Div. I said that type of move is a fireable offense for a GM.
And that's why I say stay on the lookout for Minnesota Timberwolves players. They will be on sale soon. Ramble says, Rudy Gobert punch Kyle Anderson. Maybe we can get him on a clearance for Dwight Powell. But, like, I do not want Rudy.
I don't want Rudy.
Not for that. I'm good. Talking about a contract?
Yeah,
Ramble?
Nah, I am good.
That's one of the worst contracts in the NBA.
Yep.
Daniel said, I hope the Mavericks fix that front court this summer and keep Kyrie because I feel like we are a few pieces away of winning it next year at best. Yeah, we're not that far away from that. We got two.
We just need some. Y'all, we just need some dogs, man.
Yep.
We just need some dogs.
Some guys that want to go out and do their job for the team.
You know who I wouldn't mind keeping, though, King? You're going to probably say, nah, let him go. I wouldn't mind keeping Markieff.
You said let him go yesterday. No, you said just let the man go. I don't even want to see no more. We could have been. He should have been playing.
Yeah. I thought about that today because they said something on the broadcast, bro, that kind of made me think a little bit. And I'm like, you know what? Because they were saying just get a dude off season, man, and let him get back in shape. Because they said he was still kind of trying to recover from what happened with him and Jokic or whatever, right?
Oh.
So I'm like, I would give him a chance. I would give him a chance.
He's still recovering at the Jokic.
That's what they were saying on the broadcast. But I was like, yo, let's let him give him an off season or whatever, get himself back in the shape, prepare a little bit better or whatever. I would be mad. I'm not saying I'm not beating the table like keep him, but
I'm gonna
tell you
bro. I'm gonna tell you this: if he has to get into shape again because of that Jokic thing that you saying,
yeah,
I don't want him on the team, bro. If he is,
when did that happen?
Wasn't that like the last year sometime in the season?
Where we pick him up from?
Hold on, wasn't he with Miami when that happened? Wasn't it against the Miami? Bro, if he still
where we pick him up from? Oh, Brooklyn. So what was he talking? What was Harpton talking about?
He still was hurt from that Miami push.
Yeah, like I said, that's your boy Hart, man. He said that.
I'm just saying if that's the reason.
Now you say that, I'm just like, hold on.
Hold up. What?
Like, where we pick him up from again? Like, we got him from Brooklyn. So how did he go from?
He's still recovering from that Miami push, bro. That's what they saying, man.
I guess, man.
That's crazy. I'm like, if that's what it is, I don't.
Remember, they said he was out of shape when he came over.
I don't want him. Thank you, Search and Destroy. I see. D says if we jump up in the draft, is a guaranteed top 4 pick. I mean,
Man, Diop.
It'd be love, man.
That man, listen.
We need the draft pick now. So what's gonna
I just really got a strong feeling, man. Like
you said top 5. I'll be good with top 5, bro. I say top 3 though.
Yeah, I definitely ain't argue top 3.
Jay said, I know this might sound crazy, but is DeMarcus Cousins out of the league? Is he available?
Technically, he's. I mean, as far as like, he's not on anybody's team. If that's what you're asking, Jay. He's not on anybody's team. He is available. But I'd rather go a different route.
Yeah, I want
a legit center, man. I want a legit center.
I would have signed him this year.
Yeah,
Jay, like when the Mavs should have been signing guys or getting rid of Dwight Powell because he was expiring contract and all. When we needed help and we had nobody else, I would have signed him this year. Now, though, we have an offseason we've done, I don't want to rely on DeMarcus Cousins.
Yeah.
Daniel says Luka, Kyrie, Grant, Siakam, and Turner will be an insane starting 5 next year if this happens.
Man, that would be stupid, boy.
Right.
That would be nice, Daniel.
Yeah.
They can find a way, man. They can find a way to do like the moves like Boston did back in 2008 or whatever with the big 3. That'd be great.
Yeah. I see the Evan Turner thing still. Oh my, what Evan Turner? Oh, Evan Fournier. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Freeze been trying to get me Evan Fournier, man. No. I'm telling you, wow, man.
He on aspiring too, right? Or one more year? What is he?
No. Freezy, is he still? Freeze, you still in here, man? How long he got left? Or analyst, how long Evan Fournier got left?
I think it's one more year.
I want to say 2.
2. Wow, hell no. Igor says the Mavs need. We miss you, Igor. The Mavs need to build around Luka and Irving. The front office will have to trade Hardy, Green, and picks for Turner and OG. Nah, we don't gotta go that.
Igor, you're cussing right now, man. You're cussing.
Not what
picks. Watch your language.
We got it. It's a high pick, Igor. It's on the top 10 pick.
Yeah, nah, I'm good.
I don't think we got to pick trade Hardy and Green. Hardy, I was watching a special on Hardy, bro. Hardy numbers stupid.
Hold on, so okay, he said 1 with a team option.
Yeah, so just 1. That's what I'm saying. I still don't want him.
Yeah, I don't want Evan Fournier, man. If he's not playing for y'all, he definitely gonna play. Well, no, never mind. We got the White Power starting, so never mind.
You're right about that one. But yeah, Hardy though, I was saying his numbers stupid though, bro. His numbers for being a rookie, look, his numbers are dumb.
I was mad because you could tell, you know how to tell for sure they were tanking today, because they took Hardy and Bertans out. Both of them was cooking. Yeah, Hardy would have got 30 today.
No.
I was like, man, he better get his 30. Then all of a sudden, they didn't put him back in the game. I said, whoop.
They keep stopping him getting his 30, don't they?
Yep.
Bro, Hardy going.
Oh, he finna get 30?
Bro,
no, you're not.
Let me ask you this.
Let's go.
What you think Hardy gonna average next year?
Double figures. I'm gonna say about 15.
You say 15?
Because he's giving you pretty much 9 right now.
Bro, he might be over 15.
I wouldn't be surprised.
He might be like 17.
But I think he will be contention for most improved.
If he get enough time and like really that 6th man, like I think they're gonna hopefully put him as knowing he's the best guy off the bench.
God, I think they said that he only played like 48 games for Dallas.
Bro, if he averaging like 28 minutes next year, I think he can put like 17 points a game.
Is that right? Yeah, I want to say 48 minutes. I mean, that's 48 minutes. 48 games, and then he's averaging. They said it might be at 9 now during the game. They said it might be at 9. So that's what I'm saying. Like he only played 48 games, averaging 9 points. If he be a focal point in the rotation next year, I could see it going north of 15.
We gotta. People keep talking about this pick though, bro. I keep thinking about we gotta make sure we're a good team next year, or the Knicks get that pick again.
Yeah.
Frank says,
or the Knicks don't get that pick again, man.
Well, yeah, you feel me? Like we still gonna have it over our head again. Just be like, oh well. Frank says Luca got Texas, one of the biggest states here, and a whole country supporting Luca. Yes, Luca more popular than Dame. Yeah, Luca more popular than Dame, man. I didn't think that was a question. I mean, have we seen the All-Star votes?
Yeah,
how about I throw that as well? Right?
I forgot to add that. You're right.
we didn't say that.
Like you said, jersey sales. I might have to look into the sneakers, man, because Luka shoe was selling out. Like he would, Dame with Adidas.
No, I mean, has Dame ever started for the All-Star game?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Oh, yeah,
He said, "Okay, can you get it, man? I don't want no problems, but I would say Dame is a better rapper than Luka." Yes, absolutely.
Whoa, hold on, man. You heard them bars Luca had on that old video he had when he was in Slovenia? He was in that pool.
Yeah, he was. Luka, man.
Oh man, he was in that pool, that little floating thing, bro, with the little shades or whatever, the all white on. Oh man, that was I knew Luca had the cringe when he saw that, bro.
Yeah, he looked cringes at it now. Richard said Wemby for Laurie plus picks, first move, then trade that pick and so on. I mean, I wouldn't complain for Laurie though. I mean, you know what? Laurie would be my first pick. I wouldn't do that. I told you I want to defend it first. I know Laurie looks good.
Laurie plus picks, first move. How many picks we talking about, Rich? Well, you probably not gonna know that. It's gonna depend on what they. Yeah, to give me a number, Richard. How many picks you think they'll give up? Because hey, I like how you picked the Utah Jazz because they got a lot of picks too.
They got a lot of picks though.
That's smart, Richard. I like that. Matter of fact,
that is Richard. You said the one team. I said you gotta go for one team. So that's a good move because then you can flip Laurie if you needed to. Not to say we should flip Laurie. I'm not saying we should, bro. I'm just saying.
Why are you cussing, bro? Please.
It's an all NBA. It's an all-star, a possible all NBA player that may be on your team again. I'm just saying you could possibly, if you needed to.
Hey, hold on. Now they might not be able to play. They might not play significant minutes. They might still have Master Q playing over.
Bro, he would come over here and Kid would say he gotta prove himself.
Bro, he also nope. He gotta prove himself.
Gotta prove himself.
Done.
Doesn't play defense. Div and the Mavs fans will be saying right behind him. You know what? I
know
what. You see him playing defense, he gets lost. And I'm like, he can drop 40 and 10 easily. Like, so what? Div said, to be honest, I'm sick of trying to spots out on Morris types. Forget it. I want only young players, 1 year, 2-way contracts, period. No one older than Luca.
Yeah, that's fair.
I got you. I don't think they got to be that young, though, Div. Like, y'all going way young.
Well,
I feel like 20.
We need some veterans for sure, man. On the team, bro.
You're gonna need somebody, and I'm fine with having like one guy over 30, like but Kyrie's that guy now, so I hear you.
Yeah, we just can't have we had 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 of them on the team. You know what I'm saying?
Most of our guys is talented right now. The young guys. That's why we can get to like middle age, not middle age, but middle age in NBA terms, guys. As far as the rest of the role players that fill out their roles, guys that know how to compete for a championship. That's what I want now. Screw the Tim Hardaway's now. I want guys that can come in here and know how to compete for a championship now. Jay Crowders and things like that. Those guys can come in for 1 to 2 years.
And fit in the kid too to establish what their role is, man.
Yep.
Div all over to play with their roles.
Div said we need this to happen. They announced number 12 pick and it isn't Dallas. They announced 11th pick and it isn't Dallas. Then it's time to dance. Woohoo. Yep. If they say 12 and 11 and it's not, but I think at first you just go up the how does it work for the lottery? They just
go backwards.
They go backwards from where though? From 12?
14.
14, okay, 14 and then go down. And everybody else, because I know the only people that get the lottery is the first 3, right? As far as getting
the top 3 have a better chance of, they all have the equal chances of getting the first pick overall.
But the lottery is only for the first 3 picks though, right? Like after that, then you go for
No, the lottery 14 is the lottery.
So all of them get pulled as far as the numbers, the balls. Why did I think it was only for like the top 3 picks, and then the rest of them.
It's just the lower you are, the lower your chances are as getting the pick, which is why you saw the Dallas chances of getting like top 3 and all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, they so that's why you can still get.
They changed it up, like I said. They changed it to where the top 3 all have an equal chance to get the number 1 pick.
So that's why
you do that to stop tanking, but
and that's why you can get a lower pick, even if you like the 9th team and all that. The 9th worst team, you can still end up like the 14th pick.
Yeah.
Got you.
You said that, man. I thought about Dallas.
Div says, sorry, 11th and 10th, not 12th and 11th. You good, Div. We knew what you were saying. You just want to jump for joy. D-Mav says, if J-Kid stays next year, which he most likely will, who would like to replace on his coaching staff? I saw Steven Silas as a name today. I mean, I might take Steven Silas over, what's his name?
Oh, I take Steven Silas over Greg St. Jean, yes.
Yeah.
I would do that last 10 years ago. Yeah.
I'd take him back for that. If you want to take him back and put him on the coaching staff, not the head coach, though, I'd do that.
Yeah.
Daniel says, I don't know if this works, but what about a top 10 pick, Hardy, Green, and Maxey for Siakam? Is that enough? That's too much. I think that's
way too much, man.
Yeah. Some people undervaluing the top 10 pick and some people overvaluing it. But that's a undervalued, Daniel. I think a top 10 pick, Toronto would trade Siakam for that top 10 pick. probably.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel says for the Miles Turner idea, you can do THJ Bertans in the 2027 first for Turner. Could it work?
Now I think that
if it's in the pieces, it depends on what they do with the rest of the pieces. Like I'm down, but you got to get yourself other. You got to get yourself other assets basically. Like if I can get more first rounders, then I would do that pick.
Daniel, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm leaning towards yes, man.
You just do it no matter what, bro. Even if it costs, we have no more. So
I'm gonna go based off of we did something else with our actual pick this year, right? So I would say yes.
Yes, I'm down too. That's what I'm saying. If we do something with the pick to get us more picks,
yeah, you going with the idea of you already did something with that pick because this will happen afterwards. So yeah,
that's the moves we want to make. That's what we want to do.
Yeah, you're trying to get a chunk of them guys up out of here, man.
Yep, so we can get rid of these guys with the picks. Gerard, I'm sorry, says Still, we still aren't guaranteed to pick this year. Yes.
Yeah, we're not. That's why I said that the draft lottery is going to be very important, man. I know Knicks fans and Mavericks fans are going to be watching that with bated breath, man. So yeah. You're right.
Div says, man, watching the Jazz tonight, I was pissed. I watched number 20. What's his name? Udoka Zubuki?
Yeah, Azubuike, yeah, from Kansas, yeah.
Whew, that was hard. Play versus AD, and he was freaking amazing. Why can't we find guys like that? I mean, we got guards, yeah. We just got to get the bigger guys.
Yeah, we seem to get these guards and wings, man. The AJs and the Hardys and all them guys.
We got guards. We just got to develop wings.
We just now. Even before Nico and them, man, we really just didn't really do too well with finding diamonds in the rough when it comes to bigs.
Yeah, Gerard also says we have 20% chance to give the Knicks 11th pick.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. That's why I said that man. Listen, May 16th gonna be circled on the calendar, man, for Dallas Mavericks fans and New York Knicks fans. They're gonna be watching that one, man.
Yep. Jay says, "What would y'all say to Paul George coming here?" I like the Paul George type player. It's just I'd rather the younger player, Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, like if you told me Paul George, Jay, like 5 years ago, sign me up
on the dotted line. Frank says, to be honest, I'm off the Turner trade. We glorify his spacing too much and don't look at him objectively enough because of Dwight. Past 4 seasons, he haven't played more than 70 games. I mean, I got you, Frank. It's not that he's the answer, but he better. Our team would be much better.
Yeah, way better upgrade over Dwight. Yes,
he can protect the rim. I know guys want to be going to the rim, and I know he's not the greatest rebounder, but like he can grab some rebounds, and like I said, he protects the rim. So
let's put it like this: he averaged more than Dwight Powell.
About double. More than Nash. I think it's more than double, and he averaged less than 10. That's wild.
That's crazy.
Dan says, "What if you added him?"
That is crazy, bro.
I know he averages probably more than double,
man.
And he averages less than 10. I mean, what's Hill's contract? Don't he got an ugly contract too?
That's another Tim Hardaway, bro. I don't know.
He like a $20 million guy, ain't he?
Yeah, I think he signed an extension too. Wait, matter of fact, dang it, I don't think Anderson here anymore.
If we trade Tim Hardaway Jr., Tim Hardaway got to be off, I'm gonna get Buddy Hield. I can only take one Tim Hardaway Jr. type player on the team.
Hey, Dre, I see you in here. Hey, how many years does Buddy Hield have left, Dre, on his contract?
Richard says Danny would give a lot for Wemby, so at least 2 firsts and some seconds. Hey, you're right.
Okay, yeah, that's about right. I can see that.
Frank said, not saying I won't take him, but I don't want to go all in for Turner. No, we're not going all in.
No, not all in, man. But
that's why we want to get the extra first, Frank. The extra first so that you could take first. We want to get rid of Tim Hardaway Jr. and Bertans. The first is really, that's an extra getting Turner on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you're right, WTM, but he said Turner's a terrible rebound. That's what I'll be saying to you. He only gets you 8. I don't like.
Oh,
7.
He said
I think change, actually.
Dre said, what's the boy name?
Hield.
Yeah, Hield's contract expires next year.
Ooh, then yes. I want him. Please put Tim Hardaway Jr. in there and give me him too. Daniel says also on the Siakam deal, I might have went too hard, but at least I'm trying. Yeah.
No. Daniel, listen, what you're doing, I guarantee you, this is what the war room gonna have to do for the Dallas Mavericks, man.
Mm-hmm.
All this stuff is gonna be thrown on the wall, man. So you're gonna probably hear some Siakam tied to the Mavericks and all that type of stuff. You'll probably hear some stuff like that, man, down the line. I wouldn't be surprised.
Div says went to Tankathon, did 2 spins. First result, we stayed at 10th. Second result, we got the second overall. Yeah.
That's why people give me hope right there, bro. Because like you said, they doing that Tankathon thing. Somebody said they did it on the first spin, man, and we got like the top 4, I think.
I mean, bro, probably every team doing that probably get it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to crush your dreams.
Well, no, I really do feel it though, man. I really do.
I feel it too. And
I never felt that before with the Mavs. I was always nervous we're gonna drop. That was always my thing. It's like I'm nervous we're gonna drop. For some reason, I really feel like we're gonna move up, man.
IKBM said I need that pick like I need air.
I hear you, Dre. I hear you, bro. Like I just said, Dre, I know y'all and us, man, the Mavs fans are gonna be watching that lottery, man.
Yeah.
Like an episode of Snowfall.
The Jazz backup will be a free agent, and Raptors have a backup young center probably can get cheap.
Yeah, you talked about that before, Richard.
Mm-hmm. D-Mav says, I would love to bring Jay Crowder back if we can sign him before we sign Kyrie. I hear you, bro. It's only like 2 more left. You sure you want me to just go through?
Yeah, get them last 3. Jay gonna be the last one.
All right. Frank says, y'all think Nets would trade Clax for our picks? Yes. That wouldn't be enough.
But I'm gonna need more though, Frank, for just than Claxton. But if you include Claxton as part of that trade, I would take that.
If we can
every day, all day, yes.
So I trade the pick for Claxton and Cam or even
I do like Cam. I do that. Yes, I do.
And
that. A pick, yes.
So you give us your pick, Cam, and what's his name, Claxton.
Mm-hmm.
We give you the first pick or whatever. Absolutely, I give it to.
Yep.
Let's see. Daniel says, I want the Mavericks team to make an all-in move, and if it's Siakam, that's the key, and you add Turner plus Hill will be if you get all those people.
Yeah, you get all them, Daniel, that's it.
And last but not least, Jay says one thing that hasn't been discussed by anyone is Luca getting injured a lot lately and missing games. Going forward, do y'all think his body's breaking down because he plays a lot off season? Nope. I think it's because he don't take
conditioning. I think it's conditioning, Jay. We all been saying that.
I watched Kobe play with a broken body and all that and still be able to play. He won a championship with a broken finger. He never got put in place, did he?
Yep. Yeah, it's definitely his conditioning, man. That's why Luca starts breaking down at the same time every year.
Yep.
That's why you see Joel Embiid work on his body to try to stay afloat, man. Going down towards the end of the season because every same time every year his body started breaking down. So it's already all about conditioning.
You said Joker?
Yeah, Joker too. Look how long Joker can last. And that's why we say too, man. Like Luka got to break a lot of them habits, man. Like them recovery beers he always talk about. You know, what I'm saying?
Giannis?
So, yeah.
You said the guys are probably gonna be the last 3 MVPs for the last 5 years.
That's why they MVPs, bro.
That's what you said. Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. Let's see.
Hold on, before you keep going, bro. Before you finish, the only guy to be talked about outside of the big guys for MVP is who? Luka Doncic, right?
Yeah, Luka, yeah.
Bro, get yourself in shape.
All right, man. But yeah, that's gonna do for us, y'all. We already over 2 hours, man. Like I said, man, we went ahead and let it be pretty much a comment question night, man. We appreciate y'all, man, rocking with us. This is the last game of the season, y'all. Unfortunately, man. I know we would have thought that beginning of the season, but yeah, we're at that point. Me and King will be back, man. We're gonna probably take us like at least a 3-week hiatus, y'all. Just kind of get ourselves together. Except for the Fridays. Yeah, on Fridays we're gonna still do our membership only shows and stuff like that, man. So y'all can the GloYard members of the channel can look forward to that because we got this one coming up on Friday, guys. We got Landon Thomas of is a Dallas Mavericks reporter for the Mavs fans for life hopping on, man. I know a lot of y'all been asking about him. And we're gonna have him on Friday, guys, at 11:30 a.m., guys. So if you want to be part of that, man, you can be a part of it by becoming a GloYard member of the channel, man. Just hit that join button on your screen right there. If you want an iPhone or Android, on Android, you get to join. If you want an iPhone or your computer, you have to go to youtube.com, go to our channel page, and hit join that way. But we're going to have Landon Thomas on, man, on this Friday. I can't wait for that one. Because Landon been tweeting some things. I can't wait. But other than
we're gonna put that one on Twitter too, bro.
We'll see. Chances are probably so. But yeah. Also, guys, if you want to follow us on socials, man, you can follow us. I got a couple of our socials up under me here. We have Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, and the TikToks. But I do have all of our socials in the description box below. Links to every last one of them, man. The Reddits, the Discords, also the LinkedIn's, guys. So we're on everything pretty much. Also, guys, hit that subscribe button, man, if you're into Mav content. I know we have some new people in here who weren't Mav fan, but they just love to enjoy the content. We appreciate that. If you're not a Mav fan, man, hit that subscribe button, man, if you're into any type of NBA content, man. And also, everybody, please hit that like button, man. Hit that like button. On Facebook, hit that little heart button or thumb up or whatever it is. I don't even know. I'm not even on Facebook, so I don't know. But yeah, just show us some love here, guys. We definitely appreciate it, man, for the last game of the season. I saw a Kawhi Leonard meme today. Let me see. 1, 2. So listen, guys, we'll probably. How you want to do it, Ken? You want to go back to the Tuesdays and Fridays like we do what's the names on Friday? You still want to do Fridays? No.
Oh, you saying because we do Fridays already?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's just.
Yeah, we'll wait. But yeah, guys,
make sure you hit the notification bells and all that stuff, and make sure to follow us on Twitter and all that.
We'll post it in the community tab too, guys. Whenever we make our decision, but it's gonna definitely be in. We're gonna take off for the rest of April here, guys. We'll be back in May, so. Because I know it's when everything's going to really start cranking up, man, like news and all that stuff, guys. So we'll be back for that. We're going to get like a round table. We're going to have some more guests for the GloYard members and all that stuff, man, here in May, guys. So we're going to holler at y'all in May. But for the GloYard members, we'll see y'all here for the next 3 or 4 Fridays, man, especially starting this Friday. So, yeah. Is there anything I'm missing, man?
Just continue to share, you guys. Like I said, try to get us to Nico and all them type of folks because they need to see something, I guess. So thank you guys on our way to 1,500. Please like the video if you can. And thank you guys for a wonderful season. I know it didn't go as well as we wanted it to, but it was still awesome. Awesome to meet a bunch of you guys. So thank you. Well, not meet you, but you know what I mean.
Yes, sir. But with all that being said, man, it was great. It was fun, guys. We definitely appreciate it, but we'll be back here in the beginning of May, guys, to bring you more Mav content. So you guys enjoy whatever you enjoy, man. You get to watch other shows. You get to watch a little bit more of NBA, other teams that do it the correct way. But yeah, we'll be back here, guys, in May. GloYard members, we'll see y'all here on Friday. Same Mav time, same Mav channel. Still go Mavs, y'all.
Mavs.
And we out.
Peace.